I just like, I think about my perspective too at the time, and I was so gross. Like, I literally was just like totally deluded and suckered into thinking that like there was somehow something wrong with her, and just like thought she was fucking weird and awful, and like never thought about it in an empathetic way. Because like, and I didn't even fucking care, because I was like, yeah, whatever. She's like a rich white lady. Who gives a fuck? Like, rich American. You know what I mean? So I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Incel? Yeah, no, straight up. Oh, permeate hella incel energy for sure. I mean, I was definitely young too, so it doesn't, you know. Like, I hated
What do you
her,
think it'll
kinda.
take to get the paparazzi to leave you alone?
Like, I didn't care about her at all, and the only feelings that I had at this stage, I remember, was just like, how do I describe it? Like, neutral hate, indifference, but also like just shitting on her for the sake of shitting on her. You know what I mean? Because like, I didn't give a fuck about her music at all. Annoyance, yeah, annoyance is better. Not hatred. It's like too strong, because hatred comes from a place of like caring. I didn't care, and also I was just like, ugh, you know. She's so weird. She's another.
Is that one of
She's
your
another
biggest
famous
wishes?
person who's just wilding out.
Yeah. It's okay.
What up, cutie Cinderella?
I would like for them to leave me alone.
Before we dive deep into 2007, we want to thank Philo for sponsoring this video and allowing us to devote so much time and
Lots of dogpiling from everyone for no reason, like when grown adult men would talk about hating Bieber 10 years ago. Yeah, it's very weird. I guess I was suckered into it too, boys.
efforts this project. This is by far our longest and most extensive episode of 2010, including the anti-paparazzi bill that prevented paparazzi from interfering with a celebrity's vehicle and personal life. And that's partially because of the way Britney Spears was treated in 2007 and 2008. After her divorce with Kevin, she began drinking a lot more and started hanging out with the socialite crowd in Beverly Hills. And the paparazzi were on the prowl wherever she went. Whether she was at Starbucks or the club, paparazzi were capturing her every move. And Britney's relationship with them was complicated, to say the least.
Why wouldn't they let you in, Britney? What do you think?
I don't really care. I mean, I could go to my house.
Yeah,
Britney.
You tell him, Britney. You tell him.
I'm not saying anything. I just want to around.
All right.
I love you guys.
We love you too, girl.
Hire us to do the extra, take anything from you on your video.
All that.
It's all over YouTube, man.
Party at my house.
All right, let's go. Come on, Britney. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Can I get one beef up your appetite?
Shut up. No, not that. I want number 2. No, I want a number 3. I can't see, sir.
Hey, guys. Hey, move.
No, I want a number 3.
Hi, Britney. Number 3. What kind of soda, Britney?
What kind of what?
Soda.
Salt?
Soda.
Coke.
Coke. With Coke. Large.
They hassled Britney and harassed her no matter where
Motherfucking stream snipers, boys. What
she
the
went,
fuck?
and tried to catch her at her absolute worst moments.
like,
there was
way
even
worse.
a period of time in the early 2000s after Britney Spears showed more than she wanted to in an incident with a paparazzi, where paparazzi would intentionally
It's like negative stream snipers who like hate watch and just like try to fucking phone bomb a place that you call that you're at. You know what I mean? Like,
try and take low shots while she was getting out of cars to try and take a photo up her skirt. Britney was even in a brief relationship with the paparazzi in 2008.
The intimate photos on a hotel balcony, kissing, holding hands, shopping for a pregnancy test. There's been speculation Adam courted Britney to get good shots and sell the pictures, an accusation he denies.
No.
oh my god, what is that, dude? What the fuck? What is happening? Motherfucker has a landing strip. Why did dudes in the early 2000s just like try to look like the devil in a straight to DVD release? You know what I mean? This is how porn stars look right now. I don't know why, but just like male porn stars still look like this, and it's very strange. What is this? What the fuck is this? Like, what are you selling here, bro? God damn.
Never.
It was already hard to live her life day to day being one of the biggest pop stars on earth, but companies like X17 and TMZ made it even harder as their tactics became even more intense.
Look at that. That's art right there. You see it? On the street. You see?
Yes, art.
It's not about me, babies.
Take a
So
picture.
I can take a picture.
Stay back, bro. Stay back. They don't get close.
We're like watching her literally like get worse and worse mentally, like every single step of the way. It's
When it gets a
crazy.
shot nice.
I can't see.
She can't see, dog. She's gonna go. Guys, move open. Give it space. We're standing in front of the street, dog. Just
Or else I'm home. You stupid move.
move. Hey, guys, come on, guys. 1 second.
Don't want Junior to get mad. I just don't want it to go. I fed you all in me.
Shut up.
Brittany, what are you looking for?
My car.
Your what? Your memory card?
Shine the light on the floor.
Can someone find her memory card?
Bro, this is actually making me want to go leave Britney alone and start crying. Like, I totally get that person who was like crying under the sheets saying leave Britney alone. Like, I've never related more with that than right now. Like, this is crazy. God damn. You're just right the entire time, dude.
It's gotta be handsome. Just shine the light on the floor.
Do we really want to see?
Brittany, I think. Oh, they found it, Brittany.
Got it.
There you go.
Thanks, Gaio. Watch your back.
Look out, guys. Look out, guys.
You're welcome, Brittany.
You like us again, Brittany?
Don't talk about you.
Thank you, Brittany.
I just don't like it when you get in my way of my pictures.
Okay. Sorry about that,
Why don't you
Brittany.
take one
I'm
right
a
now?
person just like you.
Why don't you take one right now?
Can you take a picture of us, Brittany?
Take care, Brittany.
Take care.
Dude, animals,
Everything
bro.
good, Brittany?
Got this work.
Say Brittany. Just say Brittany. Brittany. Here, Brittany. Look
This
out, guys.
is fucking insane, dude. Yo, how do you not have like... I'm not like victim blaming here, but like how the fuck did she not have like round the clock security everywhere she went? I mean, I guess that's like really demanding and it probably sucks to have that. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself, but even then it's like, I mean, these guys should have absolutely gone to jail. Like they literally should have gone to jail. It's just stalking. If they've monetized stalking, it's insane. Like,
Restroom's over here, Brittany. Looking for the restroom?
Come on, guys.
I tell you, they should have harassed you like that, Britney Spears.
volcano. Finger point volcano. It's kind of wild that like like she's so nice like all the time to everyone while they're all just fucking shitting on her non-stop, dude. They're like exploiting every facet of her humanity and being. It's like, holy fuck. And then
As if
her
all of Britney's privacy being removed wasn't enough, tragedy struck in early 2007 when Britney's aunt Sandra, who she was very close to, passed away at the age of 59. And just a few weeks later, Britney's ex-boyfriend Isaac Cohen explored.
You bring up a good point, Chatter. Who was it? Flesh Dog. Yeah, let's bring back the paparazzi, but only for politicians. I think politicians should get treated that way. And while they're taking photos and like being super invasive, they should ask questions like, why did you not vote for this bill? Like, why do you think there should be no federal regulations around protecting voter rights? Like, it'd be pretty awesome.
Exploited Britney Spears by sharing extremely intimate details of Britney being insecure during intercourse. Britney had no privacy. Every square inch of her body and every second of her life was publicly broadcast and exploited for as much money as possible. She'd go to get vitamins and 40 men would block her exit and blind her with flashes while asking her super invasive questions. Then those paparazzi would sell the photos and get extremely high prices for them from tabloids and news organizations like E! and OK Magazine. One of the most notorious paparazzi, Mel Boozad, was quoted saying, "If I get a picture of Britney and her baby, I'll be able to buy a house in those hills." At this point, Britney had no one she could trust. After people she had been intimate and vulnerable with had betrayed her, she was extremely paranoid and completely alone, all during one of the hardest times of her life, as Britney was currently dealing with paparazzi stalking her, tabloids and her ex-boyfriend exploiting her, all amidst a very public custody battle for her children. And what happened next was unfortunately inevitable.
You look nice, Britney. Where are you going? Why are you crying, Britney?
You okay, Britney?
Are you okay, Britney?
You should go home with me.
Do you need to talk to someone, Britney?
Why are you crying, Britney?
I'm sitting for once and having a nice time with my dog.
That's it?
So with nowhere to turn and the paparazzi becoming increasingly more invasive, things took an extremely dark turn. All eyes were on Britney and she became much more lethargic in public. As Britney gets closer to her breaking point, Felicia Culotta, Britney's assistant of nearly a decade, quit working for Britney and expressed her concern for her close friend, saying, "I loved being with Britney for the past 10 years. I cherish all the incredible opportunities."
Dude, this is such a freak take, dude. She started this for the fame but could not control it. Dude, first of all, like, oh, you wanted to be famous so we can murder you is very wild, okay? Like, oh, what amount of abuse is appropriate if someone wants to be famous? And secondly, I guess you missed part one where, like, she literally had zero autonomy when she was a fucking child and her parents were like, oh, no, we're gonna, they were show moms. They were show parents. And they literally fucking built her up to become a child star. So, you know, I can't believe this 11-year-old was so fucking fame hungry. Incredible stuff. Good take, dude. Anne.
That came my way through my job with Britney, and I am crushed, saddened, heartsick by the way her life is unfolding. We are doing everything in our power to get help for Britney and all of our power to not pad the bottom. So when she does indeed hit rock bottom, she'll stand up and walk away from this whole fiasco a new, confident, changed, career-driven Britney like we all loved. There's just so much you can do to help a person. I don't dare want to be an enabler, and I cannot love her enough for the both of us. I cannot convince her in any way to love herself. All I can do is be a friend, someone that loved her for many years unconditionally, and to pray that what I have decided is the most and best I can do for my friend. I cannot save her from herself, nor can I commit her to any type of treatment program against her wishes and will. I'm throwing my hands up and realizing that I am helpless. And on February 15th, 2007, Britney checked herself into the rehab facility Crossroads Center in Antigua, but she checked out 24 hours later and was spotted flying back to Los Angeles. And just 2 days later, Britney Spears' public spiral began.
Easy. Make a hole. Back all the way up, guys. Come on, guys. Back up. Back up. Please. Back up, please. Back up, please. What's wrong, Britney? Britney, how about the rehab is new? Is close? Back up, guys. It's true about the rehab, Britney.
I love you,
dude,
Britney.
this is crazy, dude.
So now we're gonna beat your ass, homie.
I'd like to see that.
It started with Britney being spotted at Esther's hair cutting
Think about how fucking annoying it is just watching someone else snap photos of someone with the sounds and the flashing lights every fucking 3 seconds. Like, we're literally watching someone else get paparazzi attacked, and it's fucking annoying. Now imagine being in that situation while you're like literally not having a good time and going through it all. Absolutely devastating shit.
studio. The studio was closed, but they opened it just for Britney.
Hey, good for you.
He's a bodyguard outfit.
Okay.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
7200 somebody.
Britney told the owner she wanted to have her head shaved, but the owner, Esther Tignazi, refused and instead gave Britney the tools to do it herself. According to Access Hollywood, as Britney held the tool up to her head, she said, "Mom's gonna kill me," and began shortening her hair with scissors before buzzing it off with electric shears.
They asked why she wanted to shave her head, and she said, "I don't want anyone touching me. I'm tired of everybody touching me."
But, you know, she never said anything about being sick and tired of people touching her, and that's why she was doing it. I think maybe the braids were on too tight. She had a lot of extensions in her hair. So she shaved off the whole thing all by herself, and all I basically did was go in there and even it out for her. When we were done, she just walked out the back door, and of course the paparazzi were all over the place.
Get in the back, Ben. Sorry. Britney! Watch, she's gonna drive.
The paparazzi had already been following Britney when she escaped to the hair salon, so there were tons of them stationed outside of the hair studio, and they captured every second of it. Hollywood sweetheart Britney Spears had just shaven her head in front of hundreds of paparazzi, and this was only the beginning.
Sometimes it can get kind of lonely. You're guarded, you know? You have to be that way, otherwise you get taken advantage of and get in situations like I did the past year.
Also wild that like the only fucking instance of her trying to exercise autonomy and control over her own life in an effort to like push people away, push people off of her forcibly, was also heavily documented as like just her like mental decay and mental descent, I guess. I remember this moment because like I remember thinking like, oh, this is it. Like she's just having a crazy mental breakdown, which she probably was, but also at the same time, like, you know.
I had totally lost my way. I lost focus. I lost myself. I had that type of nature within me that wanted to rebel out. I never wanted to become one of those prisoner people. I always wanted to feel free and get in my car and go and not let people make me feel like I had to stay in my home.
When you look back at the whole shaving of the head thing and all the rest of it, what provoked you to do that?
Like, I was going through so much artificial stuff with my kids and with Kevin and all that stuff at the time, and he just left me, and I was devastated, you know? And people thought that it was me, like,
Dude, so many examples of child stars from back then, like from that exact same era, are now like in horrible situations, like whether it be Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, like we literally like we just fucked up an entire nation of like actor or an entire generation of like actors and actresses and shit. Just think about it, dude. It is like the ones that make it out, without dying or like having these massive mental breakdowns are like only recently figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like they're only recently like fixing themselves up.
going crazy and stuff like that, but people shave their heads all the time, you know? But I mean, I was going through a lot, but it was just kind of like me just feeling a form of a little bit of rebellion or feeling free or, you know, shedding stuff that had happened, you know?
Why did you not tell anyone that's what you were doing?
Huh?
Why did you not tell anyone that's what you were doing?
I didn't think it was anyone's business, really.
Britney left the salon completely bald and led paparazzi to a Sherman Oaks tattoo parlor called Body and Soul.
It was a pretty slow night, just like every other. And I remember hearing this insane roaring sound outside that was coming from seeming far away. And it got closer and closer. And I didn't know what it was. I wasn't sure what was happening, if there was a riot outside. And then the flashes came. The door opened slowly, and a hooded figure walked in the door. I still didn't know who it was, what was happening. It was all happened so quickly. And then I realized it was Britney Spears. The first tattoo that she got was lips that someone else's girlfriend had done, and the other one was a small cross.
Now, this started an even more intensive media frenzy. Nothing like we had.
Have you ever seen groups of paparazzi in the streets of LA? I'm telling you, it's not like that anymore. I think there's, I mean, they talked about it in 2010. There was a law that changed this a lot. It's not like that at all anymore. Usually paparazzi are called upon, a certain, like location by the publicist now. There's a couple different things. Like, one, there was a law. Two, Instagram kind of like devalued these like very personal moments that you could only get in the publications. Three, the internet also like eviscerated these publications and their circulation regardless. So it got to a point where it's like, it's not really worthwhile for them to monetize their stalking behavior, their predatory stalker behavior. Now, there are still paparazzi out there. There's still paparazzi out there. That has not changed. Like, it happens. If you go to like a restaurant like Nice Guy or Delilah or one of these like places that you know, a lot of celebrities frequent, then yes, you will absolutely see paparazzi out there. But more so than that, you will see stands like little fucking Zoomers with their goddamn phones. It's actually more common to see like Zoomers than paparazzi like waiting outside of a restaurant or some shit.
Seen before.
Hi, Britney. How you like your hair, Britney?
I tell you.
Let's go.
And the tabloids had a heyday. Dozens of headlines calling Britney crazy and making fun of her popped up everywhere.
As erratic as Britney Spears' behavior.
Think about it this way. Celebrities that don't have Instagrams, celebrities that don't have like very public Instagrams or aren't very public about their lives, still get paparazzi attacked all the time. Kanye West being a great example of this, right? And that's because they are notoriously private and want to keep their shit private. But if you have a fucking robust Instagram, like oftentimes you're not going to get like attacked by paparazzi because it's more worthwhile and it's actually valuable. To snap pictures of you is actually literally fucking valuable. Leonardo DiCaprio, Ben Affleck, these are people that like you don't usually see on social media, so that's the reason why they still get like, you know, attacked.
Behavior's been lately. This really, I think, caught everyone off guard. Kelly Clarkson was at the Daytona 500 this weekend. This is her reaction as she learns the shocking news.
Kelly, Britney Spears has shaved her head.
Okay, are y'all kidding? Because somebody just told me that out there, and I think that's a joke.
Is that a style that you would ever consider for yourself?
She did not shave her head.
She did.
Are you for real?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow, a stunned and speechless Kelly Clarkson.
The owner of the salon even sold her hair and began offering the Britney.
Oh my God, dude. The owner of the salon sold it for $1 million, dude.
Buzz cut. Britney explained that this was simply an act of rebellion. She had been under the control of her parents, a record label, and under the microscope of the tabloids for her entire life, and she just wanted to be free. However, freedom was not what Britney obtained on February 17th. Following the night's events, Britney was admitted to Sinai Medical Center. Then for 2 days, Britney went silent. But the media didn't. They continued to ruthlessly rip Britney apart. Tabloids like the Sun and The Inquirer having some of the most tasteless headlines of them all. And merely 2 days after shaving her head, Britney is briefly seen in a short blonde wig partying at the Roxy Club. But just 24 hours later, Britney has checked herself back into rehab at Promises Residential Treatment Center in Malibu. Rehab is supposed to be a private time where people suffering from addiction can recover and be attended to properly. It is more than just a medical recoup. It is also heavily centered around mental.
Yeah, Pepe spit on the Sun, dude. Disgusting. Daily Mail, the Sun, the Mirror. These are like, yo, British tabloids are literally like, I can't explain it. British media is so bad, dude. It's like they're so organized and they're so devastating. But especially British tabloids are fucking so bad. They're so bad. Actual demon
mental
shit.
Health and privacy. However, Britney wasn't even allowed that basic human right, as the paparazzi somehow obtained a photo of her on the private premises. Britney is past rock bottom at this point, with nowhere to turn and no one she can trust. She was allegedly upset at how far the paparazzi had gone yet again, and she left the rehab facility only to head straight to the law office of Tarlow and Burke. Burke had previously represented Reese Witherspoon in a case against the paparazzi, which may be why Britney was there. Around this time, we begin to see a narrative form amongst those who are supposedly looking after Britney's best interests. Her father spoke to Fox saying Britney is a sick little girl who they're just trying to take care of. The same day Britney went to the law office, Kevin Federline scheduled an emergency custody hearing for February 22nd. Britney caught wind of this and allegedly wanted to talk it out with Kevin. She headed out to San Fernando Valley where Kevin lived to discuss this with him. However, as she was heading towards Kevin's house, the paparazzi were tipped off on where she was, and they immediately began following and harassing her. Britney needed to speak to Kevin in private as it was concerning her children, but she couldn't even do that without the paparazzi targeting her, selling the photos and exploiting her for millions. Britney had had enough.
Gotten shots, please, guys. Yo, guys, please, guys, don't do this. No.
That's the outfit here. Rehab.
Yo, that motherfucker deserves so much worse than that, dude. Straight up. Like, I wish Allah gave her more arm strength and upper body strength to be able to smash those windows, okay? That's what I wish would have happened in that situation. That dude literally deserves to have his car lit on fire, okay? Straight up. Just, like, light the entire car on fire, dude.
Sorry for calling.
The paparazzi guy she attacked who said rehab right there is the guy from the New York Times interview. Really? That's the guy? This fucking piece of shit, dude? Where is it? Wasn't it like right here? This guy.
Having her. Once she started having her kid with Kevin Federline, it exploded.
This is the fucking guy? Fuck this guy. Spit on him.
Oh wow, she did that too?
After this incident, Britney allegedly spoke with Kevin, her mom, and Larry Rudolph, her manager, where they told her she needed to complete an entire treatment at Promises rehab facility. If not, Kevin would take full custody of the kids. Britney agreed to go back to rehab, and the emergency custody hearing was then canceled. On February 27th, just 6 days after Britney had her meeting with Kevin, there was a leak from Promises rehab facility alleging that Britney was struggling with postpartum depression and feeling like she's lost total control. This made headlines across the globe. Britney's personal life was once again blasted for the public to see, and they were not kind. However, on March 21st, 1 month after her meeting with Kevin, Britney completed the rehab program at Promises Rehab Facility. No matter what Britney did, she couldn't trust the people around her. In her darkest hour, no one was there to help console her. As she is battling for the right to be a mother, all the public does is mock and degrade her. No matter what Britney did, no matter what steps she took towards a healthier life, the media exploited her and drained her name for every penny that it was worth. And she had just had enough.
But like, I just really like want to talk and just say like how nice our world is. Like, it is so nice. Like, I'm gonna cry right now because like our world is so nice. No, it really.
It's over. It's GG's at this point. She's fucking lost. Like, you can see like the humanity slowly get sucked out of her over the course of these 2-part videos. And by this point, it's done. Like, the fucking light shut off at a certain point. You know what I mean? After so much fucking abuse that you withstand with every single person around you potentially trying to exploit you, with your rock, which was your aunt, that normalized your lifestyle, passes away, and then your like friend / assistant has to quit because of the pressure. You have absolutely zero. You have zero people in your life that like are literally there to help you. Everyone's trying to get a piece. Everyone's trying to fucking exploit you. Everyone's trying to abuse you. It's like, yeah, you can tell it's done. She's just like,
because, like,
done after this.
Oh my god, like the other day I saw like this magazine and I looked at it and it said like I was pregnant, and like I went up to my mom and I was like, oh my god, like my mom knew, like she was right. Like, always believe everything you read, everybody. Like, because I really am pregnant. And then like I went to
and you can tell like she's like talking in a baby voice now. Like the way she talks changed and everything, dude.
This person, and they saw it like on the USA Today, like that, you know, like I was drinking a lot, and it was so true. It was so true. And then like it was just so weird because like then after that, like everybody, like, you know, just always believe what you read, because like in all my management, they totally knew what they were doing when they sent me to rehab.
I know
like,
she's memeing and being sarcastic, but still like
they totally knew what they were doing. Like, it's just so weird how great and nice our
Bro,
world
this is like a Joker moment, dude. You don't go into a fucking sarcastic troll for this long, dude. What do you mean? I know she's being sarcastic, but like she's basically at this point, like, you think that's normal to just like go on an extended monologue like this?
And like after this, nobody's gonna talk about this because our world is so nice. So that's all I wanted to say. So okay, bye.
In April of 2007, Britney fired her longtime manager, Larry Rudolph, alleging that he forced her into rehab. However, Britney's father, Jamie Spears, would come to Larry Rudolph's defense, stating that if Britney loses her children, it is no fault but her own. He went from saying she's a sick little girl who needs help to just 3 months later defending Larry Rudolph very publicly against his own daughter. Britney replied saying that she was praying for her father as they have never had a good relationship. Around this time, Britney began isolating herself from friends and family, not knowing who she could trust. This is the time period that she met Sam Lutfi at a club, and they were instantaneously best friends. With Britney firing her management team and no longer trusting her family, she had to create her own support bubble. Sam and Allie, who was her cousin and assistant, would be just that for Britney, and for the rest of the year, the three of them would be inseparable.
Have you sung first? No, just kidding. Britney, do you want us to sing a birthday song for you? Happy birthday.
We gotta do this on the backup song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Britney. Happy birthday to you.
In May of 2007, Britney surprised all of her fans by doing a set of live shows at the House of Blues in a few major cities. The media would rip these performances to shreds and would continue to speculate every detail about Britney's mental health. She could not catch a break from the media. Britney felt she needed to humanize herself in an open letter to her fans. Britney opened up in this letter like she hadn't done before about what was going on with her this year. She started off talking about the tabloids, saying, "I used to be angry at the tabloids for printing horrible things about me, but now I try to just be numb to what I see." She went on to discuss her experience at rehab, and this paragraph's really important because she does mention her manager Larry Rudolph, saying, "I had a manager from a long time ago come in and try to direct me and my life after I got my divorce. I was so overwhelmed, I think that I was in a little shock too." In the next paragraph, Britney talks about being financially taken advantage of, saying, "This letter is not to place blame on anyone, although I do see the world with a completely different set of eyes now. Being in that vulnerable state and taken to dinners and parties with friends and finding out later you paid for everything was a huge learning lesson for me." Britney continued to open up, saying, "I feel like some of the people in my life made more of some issues than was necessary. I also feel like they knew I was beginning to use my brain for a change and cut some ties, so they wanted to be in more control of my life than me." Now here's what's interesting about this letter. If you look it up on major media sites such as People, they cut out every part where Britney talks about the media's portrayal of her, people trying to control her and use her. And you have to click to expand the article to actually see the unedited letter. This is just another example of the narrative being manipulated and Britney's obvious warnings about her situation being hidden and ignored. Exactly 1 month after the letter was published, Britney was spotted delivering another letter to her mother. Allegedly, this letter contained orders telling Lynn Spears to stay away from Britney's children.
Lynn, how you doing? Why is it that Britney served you?
A love letter.
A love letter? What did the love letter say?
If you call this a serving, you know?
Yeah? Why are the rumors then? Why are they saying that she's going to serve you? There's problems between you guys.
Rumors.
There's always rumors, huh?
It's always rumors of rumors.
I had to go pee. Did I miss anything big with the Sam Lufty guy? I don't know. I don't know anything about that part of her life at all. No?
Clear him up, I mean.
She did not serve me.
She did not serve you.
She did not.
So how's your mom? You think everything's going to be okay with her?
I'm praying for her right now. I
Are
hope
ya?
she gets all the help she needs. And
Do you think she needs to go to rehab?
I don't know. I'm very
Brittany,
concerned,
are you going to
so-
try and make up with her? Or?
You know what? In time, who knows what'll happen?
Really? Are you going to go to
help her out?
Kenwood?
Huh?
Are you going to go to Kenwood?
What's? Oh, where I'm from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it here.
Brittany, can I give you this?
I love you guys.
Can I give you this?
Love you too, Brittany. Thank you.
It's important to note that at this time, Lynn was allegedly shopping around a tell-all on Britney and was working with Britney's fired manager, Larry Rudolph, someone who Britney strongly felt like was untrustworthy. There was a lot happening in July of 2007, more than the media and public knew at the time, and something we're going to dive into later. Britney was making headlines yet again when she sent a tongue-in-cheek handwritten apology to X17. "Dear X17, I want to apologize for the past incident with the umbrella. I was preparing a character for a possible movie role where the husband doesn't play his part, so they swap places. Unfortunately, I didn't get the part. I'm sorry I got all carried away with my role. Britney." Also this month, her assistant set up a tell-all with OK Magazine to dispel rumors and talk openly about reaching her breaking point. However, given everything Britney was going through publicly and behind closed doors, she just was not ready for this kind of interview, and it was a total disaster. She was blasted for eating fried chicken and
You should have apologized for not murdering him. And, you know, putting an end to how pathetic his fucking existence was. You know what I mean? Sorry.
wiping the grease on a loaner designer dress and walking out before they could get any usable photos. As July came to a close, Britney's divorce to Kevin Federline would become finalized. They would, however, go on to have a very public custody battle in the months to follow. During this time, Britney also hired Jeff Quantinitz as her new manager, and things were looking much more positive for her life. The next few months, while they would be brutal, would have several pop culture defining moments and would change Britney's career forever.
Although she hit a parked car trying to escape paparazzi and got charged with a hit and run, August held a lot of positive news for Britney as well, as rumors of a surprise VMA performance were swirling. This was major. This would be the first televised award show performance since Britney shaved her head, and Jeff Quantinett's first major project managing Britney Spears. There was a lot riding on this one performance, and with Britney in a very public custody battle, she wasn't in the best headspace to be doing something this intensive at the time. The media began labeling this as Britney's big comeback, and when the night of the
blonde hair who sang and did pop records, and now
What the fuck are these cuts, bro? I feel like they cut.
This girl with blonde hair who sang in the pop records, had 2 kids, got you know what I mean? Like, we all know her story, and it's at times unfortunate, but at the same time, it's interesting.
When it came time for Britney to go on stage, she performed Give Me More, the first single off her new album. And Britney's fans were elated that she was back, but she unsurprisingly drew a lot of criticism as well, with people unfairly body shaming her and making fun of her for months after the performance. Britney was suddenly the laughingstock of the music industry.
That's not really fat at all, but compared to the other girls, she looks big. She looks like the fat Elvis walking around the stage.
Is that who I think it is? Oh my God.
Doing things she used to do, but doing it really poorly.
This performance was particularly...
Oh, that was so fucking awkward. Oh my God. Listen, we've all grown from our POV from back then, okay? Yes, that was my uncle in that video, speaking in the background. That's, oh my God, dude. That was, wow, that was wild. Listen, I've said some fucked up shit about celebrities back in the day too, okay? So, it's just, we've all grown. We've all grown up. And our perspectives have changed. That was not actually my uncle. That was a Greek guy. He's Greek. He's Greek, bro. That guy, Greek, not Cenk.
Painful for Britney Spears because she had really set herself up for it. She wanted to open the MTV Awards. She wanted to make a splash. She wanted to show everyone that she could do it. And this has just...
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Dude, this guy got so horny to like make some fucked up shit that Cenk said back in the day that he's apologized for about me, that he like literally forgot to press space between the and tree. Like, imagine seeing something like this and then your first inclination is like, how do I turn this back to the streamer that I am watching but like despise? I'm watching him. I hate that he like, I hate that he lives this way. I hate that I can't stop watching. I hate like that he's successful. I hate that he's in this position. And I most certainly hate that like I can't wear his fucking face.
Just made things worse.
Did Cenk apologize? Cenk has apologized for like how fucking misogynistic he was a million times over.
For Britney. We actually did a flash poll on usmagazine.com immediately afterward asking, is Britney back? And 81% said no. It was, you know, as everyone's talking about, it was stiff, it was
Oh, thank you. My man goes, successful in air quotes. Bro, how are you gonna look like this? Post it on your profile too. And then just shit talk people. At least like half of the fucking haters in here know better than to like show their fucking full-blown face. I love that Michael's in here because like he finds people like this all the time on the internet. Like, this is like what he does. He said, can you sell me some K2? Fred Durst Andy, dude. Anyway. Entrepreneur Andy. Okay, let's keep going.
Flat. She needed about 100 hours more practice before this thing was ready for prime time, let alone to open the MTV Video Music Awards.
Right, you know, and forget, you know, appearance, because people have made comments about her not being in peak shape. She looked downright out of it. I mean, this is somebody who perhaps you may have questioned whether or not she had the best voice in the world. She was known for being an entertainer and for being able to dance, and she's literally being directed and shuffled around the stage.
Britney seemed nervous, the MTV Music Awards, and at times so out of it that you wondered if she knew where she was or if she...
Damn, Dan Abrams is now on CNN talking about how her conservatorship is like unethical.
She knew the words to her own song. My take. How did the people around her allow this to happen last night? She has a manager.
Oh my God, this motherfucker was like advocating for a conservatorship. I wonder if they used his statements as a reason for why.
A record label, lot to lose. Why didn't someone say, hey, you're not ready to perform? What does she pay these people to do?
Her eyes were open, her lips were moving, she remained conscious the entire time. It was the greatest impression of an office worker embarrassing themselves at a holiday party I have ever seen. 5 stars, Britney. Bravo.
Okay, that wasn't like the worst joke, to be fair.
Bravo. Bravo. In Criss Angel's original piece, it involved a lot of mirrors, and when Britney was rehearsing it, she kept stopping the song and saying, "Who hired the fat girl?"
Extra claimed that she was seen texting somebody immediately after her performances. Any guesses on the nature of the text, Joel, and the recipient of the text?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think we can rule out dietitian, personal trainer, psychologist.
I spoke too soon.
Clothing stylist, makeup artist, nanny. I can keep going. Actual musician, songwriter. Stop me at any time.
Lingerie,
personal bleacher,
lingerie
waxer.
I think there was so much hype about her big comeback at the VMAs that no one wanted to let her back out. It's just so sad that no one said get in front of a mirror and practice, or learn your lyrics and learn your dance moves. I love her, and I was devastated.
AP said she looked bleary and unprepared, which, you know, is me most nights. USA Today called it truly forgettable. The always unkind New York Post jiggled like jello, and good old TMZ.com headlined with R.I.P. Britney's career 1998-2007.
Perez Hilton, one of the most prominent gossip bloggers and a large critic of Britney Spears at the time, wrote a scalding open letter saying, "Dear Britney, you. We are insulted, offended, and disgusted by your performance at the VMAs."
Okay, to be fair, Britney Spears is not in a good place now. But like literally all of those fucking dudes that were shitting on her, with the exception of like Joel McHale, have dog shit lives and have completely destroyed their careers or whatever fucking integrity they may or may not have had, all the way from Matt Lauer to Perez Hilton to fucking Keith Olbermann. They've all had their own personal manic outbreaks very publicly. So, you know, except for Cenk, because Cenk he stays on top. You know what I'm saying? Cenk stays on top. Shut the fuck up, chat, okay? I love my uncle. And also, like I said, he's apologized for all of the misogynistic shit he used to say.
VMAs. Are you f***ing serious? What you did was disrespectful to your few remaining fans, and it was disrespectful to MTV. You didn't even try. You should have just canceled, bitch.
Bro, Perez Hilton is like literally just a fucking like internet troll that became famous. You know what I mean? He's just like a LSF. He's like the most sane Redditor that they decided was good enough to highlight and make a career out of just being a fucking toxic asshole.
Performance was beyond pathetic. The old Britney Spears, who was at one point, a long time ago, truly great, would be embarrassed by your lack of professionalism and utterly appearance at the VMAs. Where was Criss Angel? Where was the magic? And by magic, we don't mean any tricks or illusions. You seemed dead on stage. You have lost that spark and shine that used to ooze out of you. We all know you lip sync, but you couldn't even do that well at the VMAs. And you barely dance. You couldn't even get good hair extensions. You have no one to blame for your failure but you. There was no way you were going to be good. You were out partying every night before the VMAs for 3 days in a row until almost sunrise. You were probably still drunk or high during your performance. You almost tripped a few times, you mess. No bullshit excuse that you or your camp will come up with.
Bro, what the fuck? Like, it's just a performance, bro. Why don't you fucking calm down, dude? There's something wrong with these people, dude. It's literally like, someone said hold them accountable. Like, you mean they were just holding her accountable? That's what, because that's like kind of Stan behavior. Look at what he's doing now. It's official. Britney Spears has demanded that her conservatorship end, and that end is now, and she's impassioned, speaking so eloquent. Didn't you sell this t-shirt once upon a time on your website? Wait, let me see. Why couldn't it be Britney? Oh my fucking God, dude. That's so fucked up. It's a Heath Ledger shirt. For those of you who don't know, Heath Ledger died. God damn, dude. You're Perez now? Yeah, totally.
Can make up for how pathetic your performance was. A true professional will deliver no matter what. Let's repeat that. It's worth repeating. A true professional will deliver no matter what. What you did was inexcusable. This performance went down as one of the most iconic moments in the Video Music Awards history, and it became infamous. Britney's fans also began to come out of the woodwork and defend Britney from the ruthless attacks by the media. And this is where we get one of the most viral videos of the early 2000s.
Do we really want to see a 25-year-old woman leave behind 2 children and die? Have we learned nothing from Anna Nicole Smith?
Not breathing and she's not responsive.
Just 39 years old. And I know it's hard to see Britney Spears as a human being, but trust me, she is. She's a person. She's like you or I. And I don't know about you, but I know that I would be pretty shaken up right now. Whatever the case of her, whatever the cause of her performance was, I don't care.
He was so fucking right, and we just made fun of him. We all literally laughed at him, and he was just fucking right, dude. Straight up, all the way.
All I care about is Britney's well-being. And Britney, all I want is for you to get well. That's all I want. The world needs to know that Britney still has her fans. Britney needs to know that she still has her fans.
And how dare anyone out there make fun of Britney?
We're not gonna
Yeah, people rejected him because he told the truth.
Pass up a chance to work with Ginger Fox. She's a huge star.
She was. So she hopped on the cycle train and crashed into Has-Been Island.
Ginger's manager said that she's gotten some, you know, mental help. And now she's ready to make a big comeback.
She looks okay. From a distance. Just marching around the stage like an idiot. Did she shave into her arms?
iCarly canceled, dude. Fucking iCarly canceled, dude. Yo, cancel iCarly. I actually don't know anything about iCarly, but I know that like even Zoomers and a lot of like millennials love iCarly. So I'm just gonna keep saying it. You fucking Dan Schneider, dude.
I don't think she shaved under her arms. Has anybody seen my baby?
Hi, everybody. I may have lost a foot to diabetes, but I'm still sexy, y'all. Now I'm gonna dance for you.
Excuse me, Mrs. Spears, but your kids are here and they've brought you a squirrel.
My boys? Really? Send them in. It's okay. My kids are here. I feel better now. We did it, guys! I told you that would work. Yeah, all right. All right.
You mean it was just a joke? My kids ain't here?
All right, Daddy, just flash your crotch or something.
I got a better idea.
You do?
Yeah.
No!
Get me a drink, bitch.
I sort of see you. I think I took too many Xanax.
That's Britney, bitch. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free.
After all she's been through, she lost her aunt.
And these are for you, Aunt Sandra.
She went through a divorce. She had 2 kids. Her husband turned out to be a user, a cheater, and now she's going through a custody battle. Perez Hilton talked about professionalism and said if Britney was a professional, she would have pulled it off no matter what. Speaking of professionalism, when is it professional to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time? Leave Britney alone! Please!
Even Chris Crocker was ridiculed for defending Britney Spears and became a celebrity on their own. It was so popular to dislike Britney Spears at the time that her supporters were being ridiculed as well for just standing up for her, even though they were on the right side of history. Only 11 days after Britney shocked the world with Give Me More, her manager Jeff dropped her, saying the current circumstances prevented him from doing his job. And merely a few weeks later, the court ruled that Britney could only have monitored visits with her kids. But she appealed and was able to get one night a week. When Britney left custody court, the paparazzi caused yet another car accident. A sheriff was holding back the paparazzi when Britney accidentally ran over her foot, trying to get away, and unfortunately, just a few weeks later, the court ruled that Britney could no longer drive her kids around due to the dangers of the paparazzi. They had taken everything from her. Her privacy, her serenity, and now the right to drive her children. This was a
Bro, the American criminal justice system is really fucked up all the time, but like, you know it's real fucked up when like a famous white lady who is super fucking rich can get fucked over this hard as a consequence of like other people's actions. That is wild, dude. Like, how the fuck is this her fault, dude? What the fuck? This, by the way, is the problem with victim blaming. For those of you who recognize how fucked up this is because you've been watching through from the start, also have to recognize that it's the top of the hour where there's a 60-second ad break where I'm gonna run an ad, okay? But, of course, if you no longer want to see said ads, you can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. You can do that, okay? Or you can use an ad blocker or a VPN. I was gonna make a point and I forgot what I was gonna say. Here's the fucking ad now. But I was gonna make an actual point and I totally forgot what it was gonna be. God damn it, it was a good ass point too. Oh, victim blaming. We're victim blaming. Or at the time, the court literally fucking made it her fault, even though it was the actions of the paparazzi. If the paparazzi stopped, then she could drive around normally, right? So instead of trying to solve the problem by doing something about the paparazzi, they made it so that she couldn't drive around, which is fucking psychotic. And that's why it's idiotic whenever people say like, oh my God, what was she fucking wearing? Maybe she deserved to be sexually harassed. All this other shit. It's literally on the hands of the abuser or the harasser to just stop fucking doing that. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going.
Really big deal to Britney, as being a mother was a huge part of her identity. She just wanted to raise her children in peace. The entertainment industry had stripped her of everything and continued to ruthlessly manipulate and abuse Britney every chance they got. And this all came to a head in the fall when Britney was gearing up to release the most influential and experimental album of her career.
By the way, for those of you who are like looking at the South Park one and saying like that's fucked up, I think South Park's point of view was probably a little bit more advanced. And I hate to defend South Park. I'm not like a fan or anything. You guys know this. But it was unironically the actual point, saying that like people were driving her fucking crazy and like literally defending her. So yes, that imagery is like fucked up, but they were right. Like the point that they were making is that these people, for pure malice out of like pure capitalistic gain, were driving Britney Spears into suicidal ideation.
How's your new album, Britney? I heard it's gonna be.
This is where the bungalow is, for those of you who don't know. I think this is the Santa Monica.
A hit. Think it's funny. One.
In July of 2006, Britney began work on one of her most unique and successful projects. It would be a new album with a completely different sound. She began production of Blackout by recording Radar the day after she filed for divorce from Kevin Federline, and recorded the rest of the album amongst some of her darkest moments.
You know, it was also a dark period in her life, but what was it like being in the studio with Britney Spears?
You know, it was awesome in the beginning, and she was the sweetest, most happiest thing. And so it was difficult to see her go through the transition because we were there through the transition and things got a little bit rough.
Britney, your single's doing incredibly well. Are you happy? Yeah.
You know it's #1, right? #1 ring.
Yeah.
Oh my God, people are still caught up on my South Park shit. Okay, South Park is fine. Some of their jokes are great. Some of their jokes are fucking really stupid. For years, they made fun of climate change, which they apologize for. Great. They are sometimes like annoying, edgy fucking libertarians, like libertarian centrists. That's it. Okay? They're hit or miss. A lot of comedy is like that. I already ran the top of the hour.
After Gimme More hit #1, they moved the release up 2 weeks. But this album had one of the most non-traditional press runs ever.
Because it'd be real funny if she were like, just kidding.
Well, it'd be funny up until
But
kid
man,
number 2.
Because, I mean, think about it. She's done no press for her album, which I love, by the way. I like the album. But yeah, I do. But she's done no press. She's getting so much press off of all this other stuff.
Britney only did one interview about the album with Ryan Seacrest.
Today, the album's been out for a day or so. What will you do for the rest of the week? Do you have
another low-key or high-key demon? Fuck! Get the fuck out of here! God damn it! Buzzing all around my fucking head. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Dumbass fly, dude. Anyway. As I was gonna say. No, because I'm eating. I don't want this fucking stupid ass fly to like touch my food. Bro, why do you go so hard on the whole ad announcement? Other streamers just run it and don't do a whole announcement that literally lasts longer than the ad itself. Please no ban. Because I fuck your mom every night, and she seems to enjoy the ad break announcements. Yeah, it's true. Ask her. She'll tell you. As I was saying, Ryan Seacrest is a fucking demon.
Have to do appearances? Will you promote the album? What are you going to be doing?
This is it.
This is it. This is the promotion.
You promoted it on air with Ryan
We
Seacrest.
don't need to promote anymore.
All right, so well then let's cover all of our bases this morning. What about Piece of Me? Is it's kind of about your image in the media and the paparazzi swarming and everyone always on your case. What was the message you wanted to convey with that song?
Just, you know, like wherever you go and stuff like that, there's a lot of people who, like, you know, want to ask questions and, like, you know, they just...
Bro, why does she have a thing for dudes with the fucking weird, like, landing strip?
You know, sometimes you don't know their intentions and stuff like that. So it's just kind of a cute way of putting it out there, you know, like, you want a piece of me and, like, in a, you know, cool, cute, clever way. So it's, you know, it's a cute song. I like it.
On the day Blackout was released, Court Commissioner Scott Gordon ruled that Britney can visit her sons 3 times a week with a monitor and would need to submit to drug and alcohol testing. As Britney's custody battle had been so public, Ryan Seacrest saw the opportunity to get the exclusive. But as he continued to press Britney about her children, the interview took, well, an awkward turn.
Well, you've obviously been aware of the conversation about your kids and obviously all of the things that you've been doing to, you know, go to court. You have the court dates. You've had the reports of the parents.
I mean, Ryan Seacrest is a fucking demon. Like, never go near him.
Coaches and everything that's been going on and covered. How do you respond to those who criticize you as a mom?
said, you know, people say what they want and, you know, do what they do, and you know,
this guy is literally like responsible for the Kardashians.
sad, you know, how cruel our world can be, but at the end of the day, like I said, you know, you just gotta know in your heart.
People don't
that,
know this, I think.
You're doing the best that you can, and, you know, that's basically it.
And do you feel like you're doing everything you can for your kids?
What?
Do you feel like you're doing everything you can for your kids?
Oh, God, yeah.
And how often will you see them?
We aren't, that's like all in the court, like stuff like that. My lawyers know all that stuff.
Let's talk about fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Sam, what do you want to talk
Where's
about?
Lane?
All right, so we're live. It's 9:23 right now. Britney Spears' house is linked up live here. This is Allie, her friend Sam, and Britney. Hey, Allie, ask Britney what she wants to say to her fans, because a lot of them are listening right now that have bought this album.
You know what? She just ran into the other room.
Okay.
I know she just wanted to say thanks to them, and, you know, hold on. She really appreciates everything and them supporting her through everything.
Does she want to say
Hold
it
on,
herself?
I'm trying.
Yeah, see if you can find her.
Oh, she's in the shower. Do you want to try us back in a little while?
Yeah, we'll call you back, because I think you should let her say something to her fans. That'd be great.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Call you in 10.
But even with no promotion and no press runs, Blackout received some of the best reviews from critics in her career. It may have been one of her darkest years, but she made an album that was ahead of its time, changing pop music yet again. And with entire songs dedicated to the media like Piece of Me, the album is a time capsule for the year 2007.
I don't know anything about this album. At this point, I'm so done. I've grown up. I'm now edgy. I'm in fucking high school. I'm like drawing Dota characters nonstop, playing Dota. And, you know, every moment of my life is spent drawing, and I'm listening to like Metallica. You know what I mean? Well, but also simultaneously listening to like Franz Ferdinand, Arctic Monkeys, shit like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I don't know anything about this album at all. I've never listened to it.
2007 was Britney's last year as a free woman, and it was full of nothing but struggle, heartache, and abuse at the hands of the media. Britney Spears had been so controlled for the first 25 years of her life that reaching her breaking point was inevitable. And over a decade later, this time period is still affecting almost every aspect of her life. To quote Perez Hilton, who ruthlessly ripped her to shreds, "Looking back now, it really does seem like Britney is lucky to still be alive." Britney had thought she had hit rock bottom, but little did she know the fears she expressed in May about people trying to take control of her life would come true. In the past few years, we have learned even more about why Britney isolated herself and was so paranoid about the people she thought she could trust. In an alleged leaked email from July of 2007, we see Britney contacting her lawyer, Gary Stifelman, stating a woman named Lou Taylor had been stalking her. Britney was concerned as Lou Taylor had alleged plans to visit her drunk father in Kentwood, Louisiana. Britney stated, "I don't care about him, but she could easily find my mother and hurt her."
I had like certain people into my life that were just bad people. You know, you do something wrong and you learn from it, you move on, but it's like I'm having to pay for it for a really long time. If I wasn't under her strengths that I'm under right now, I feel so liberated.
This part's gonna be crazy. This is when the conservatorship comes in. Wait, where's part 3? What the fuck?
And feel
It was right there. No, it's not. No, I don't want to watch true crime about NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. I don't want that. I want part 3. And I want it fucking now, okay? Every moment every moment that I like ask, hey, I can't find this clip, can you guys send it to me? Chat will be like, oh, this must mean it's an opportunity for me to send you a completely unrelated clip, even though you are looking for something very specific. Hello, it's time for me, Chatter, to come back and show you a completely unrelated clip.
I called you earlier, but I'm calling you
Bro, this is a movie, dude. This is like literally a movie.
because I just wanted to make sure during the process of ending the conservatorship that my father threatened me several times that he'll take my children away. I just want to be guaranteed that everything will be fine with the process.
Amid a media frenzy, the 26-year-old pop star was brought by ambulance to a Los Angeles hospital.
Bro, she's 26, bro. I mean, I'll admit it. Like, this is more compelling than Tenet. Like, straight up. Like, this is actually better than Tenet. Dude, look at this! That is so psychotic, dude. What the fuck?
Despite every aspect of Britney's personal life being put on display and picked apart in 2007, Britney was dealing with even more behind the scenes that the public and media didn't know about. A very concerning alleged leaked email between Britney and her attorney Gary Stifelman was released, giving us a glimpse into why Britney was so paranoid and struggled to trust anyone, including her own family that year. The email from July of 2007 reads, "Gary, since you are my lawyer, even though I don't know if you're really trying to protect me or not, but there's this crazy lady, Lou Taylor, that has been sending stuff to my house. How did she get my address, and why can't you stop her? I don't know her. She is a stalker. She is really terrifying me and my babies. If she knows where I live, then she can just show up here. She sent me a pink hat, and she is writing letters like she is my mother. She has been stalking me since Malibu, and it needs to stop because I don't have security. And Sam refuses to stay over every night because he has 1,000 dogs to go feed, and I have my babies in London, and she keeps saying I'm possessed and that she needs to come and kill these spirits."
What is happening? What is happening? What? This is taking a very weird turn, dude. Hold me, chat. What the fuck is going on, dude? Why? Bro, this is a roller coaster of emotions. Like the highs, the lows, the unfathomable injustice. From top to bottom, this is a masterpiece that deliberately and carefully and clearly documents a person's descent into such horrific circumstances.
She told me, she said, "Britney, go to the light. Go to the light and see Jesus, okay?" And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And it happened. And it was just so weird because our world is so nice.
We told her 1,000,000 times to leave me alone, and now she's saying she's going to visit my drunk father in Kentwood. I don't care about him, but she could easily find my mother and hurt her. What am I supposed to do when Sam is not here? I'm scared. Can you call him and tell him how important it is that he needs to stay here every night? Because it's like no one is listening to me. And now she sent me pictures of her and a man and butterflies. She is really crazy. Do you care if I'm dead? Because I cannot sign your checks if I am. Your client, Britney Jean Spears.
What the fuck is this?
A fan of Britney's posted the email recently on Instagram calling Lou Taylor Britney's stalker. Lou Taylor decided to respond to this fan, basically confirming the email is real, but stating Britney was not the one who wrote it. Lou said, "Do you know she did not write the email? Did you look at her post? Seriously, you all are out of control." Then Lou said, "Did you know twice in court under oath, Sam Lutfi admitted to writing the emails? Seriously." Sam would then immediately send Lou a cease and desist, stating Lou defamed him. Lou saying he admitted to writing that email is false, demanding Lou immediately and permanently delete these comments. And Lou did just that. She deleted every comment that mentioned Sam. The fears outlined in that email that Lou Taylor, Britney's alleged stalker, would begin to weasel her way into Britney's family would come true. By the end of 2007, Lou would be representing both Lynn Spears and Jamie Lynn.
What the fuck? What is happening? What is happening? Why is this allowed, dude?
As the roughest year of Britney Spears' life comes to
okay, this part has to, like, these are Britney stans, so there has to be more to this than just the way that they're describing it. It literally does not make sense. Bro, what happened? Like, did Britney Spears fucking make a wish into a monkey's paw or something? Like, she just was like, I want to be the most famous person on the planet. And then boom, the monkey's paw crumbles and it's over. It's a wrap. Like, you are going to be one of the most famous and richest people on the planet, but for the rest of your life, you're fucked. Like, everyone is going to exploit you. Everyone's going to abuse you. Everyone's going to shit on you. Non-fucking stop. Someone one time said this whole situation is QAnon for gays. I mean, it would be QAnon for gays if it wasn't like well-documented shit.
A close, 2008 begins with even more hardships. A battered Britney Spears is heading into yet another rough year. And Britney didn't know it yet, but her days as a free woman were numbered. Just one day after New Year's Day, Trope and Trope, Britney's custody attorneys, filed to be relieved of duty and left her hanging just before her deposition with Kevin's lawyer relating to her grueling, ongoing custody battle. And just one day later was the beginning of a saga of Britney involuntarily turning over her freedom. On January 3rd, after being questioned by Kevin's lawyers, Britney retreated to her gated community, The Summit, where her sons were there with a court-appointed monitor for their regular visit. However, hordes of paparazzi were waiting to capture every moment of Britney's private life, even in her gated community. And about 6.5 hours pass with her kids, and it's time for them to go back to Kevin, and for Britney to once again be alone with her thoughts and no children to take care of. But just as Kevin's security team arrives to pick up her boys and take them back to his house, they immediately realize there is a major problem as Britney's assistant, Carla, is making up excuses for Britney not immediately turning the children over. Sean was taken out of the house and into the car by the court-appointed monitor before Britney locked herself in her home with Jaden. And just 1 hour later, police are notified and officers arrive by the monitor, who is still locked outside of the house. But the monitor doesn't have the paperwork to grant them entry into the locked house. At this point, Britney had locked herself in the house with Jaden for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And Kevin's attorney shows up with the proper paperwork to grant the police entry. And just like that, a drove of police cars enter Britney's gated community. More than 12 police officers, 2 ambulances, and several fire trucks are stationed outside of Britney's home. At this point, Britney's cousin and friend, Allie Sims, and her assistant Carla are both outside of the house, leaving Britney entirely alone with Jaden. And just over an hour later, Britney is removed from her home and strapped to a gurney, but not before the media arrives on the scene.
Amid a media frenzy, the 26-year-old pop star was brought by ambulance to a Los Angeles hospital from her Beverly Hills home. Another chapter in her long-running custody battle with ex-husband Kevin Federline over their 2 sons. As this video provided by Entertainment Tonight and The Insider shows, Spears was taken by stretcher into the emergency room. Her husband, Federline, was at the hospital when she arrived.
.com is reporting that Britney was taken out of her home on a gurney by paramedics. And
Bro, you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen, like, stories of parents? It's, like, actually a disease. Like, it's a mental health issue, a mental disorder, where, like, parents will sometimes, like, poison their children to make them... What is it called? Munchausen's. Yeah, Munchausen's. Like, where parents will somehow, like, sometimes poison their children to make them more dependent. Munchausen by proxy. Okay, yeah. It's like it feels like that, but it's a mental health problem in which a caregiver makes up causes an illness or injury in a person under his or her care, such as a child, elderly adult, person who has a disability, because vulnerable people are the victims. It's a form of child abuse or elder abuse, right? Like, I feel like what the what her parents were doing to her is kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but just for like constantly keeping her under lock and key and like and just abusing her and also creating a cycle where like she's dependent on them for caregiving.
That she is now being taken to a local hospital on what's being called a medical hold, essentially a mental evaluation.
At this point, Britney Spears is on her way to the hospital, escorted in an ambulance by 13 police cars under blue light sirens. And at 12:30 a.m., Jaden is taken in a separate ambulance to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where Kevin Federline and Mark Vincent Kaplan are waiting in the emergency room. Sam Blatfy even followed the ambulance to the hospital and was initially denied entrance. And just 45 minutes later, Jamie Spears, Britney's father, arrived on the scene. This was a big deal as the two hadn't seen each other in approximately 8 months, after her father sided with Larry Rudolph during their falling out and called Britney a sick little girl to the media. It was reported that Britney would be on monitored observation for at least 72 hours. Now, more recently, we've gained even more insight into the situation, as a letter allegedly written by Britney Spears in the third person was leaked to the public by a photographer, where Britney explains, "No one knows the truth. Her behavior when her children got taken away because of her locking herself in the bathroom is understandable, considering her friend at the door kept telling her the cops are leaving, don't worry, stay in the bathroom. She was lied to and set up. Her children were taken away and she did spin out of control, which any mother would in those circumstances." And just a few days after the incident, Lou Taylor got involved and allegedly convinced Britney's father to have Dr. Phil go to Cedars-Sinai to see Britney and convince her to stay in treatment. And Dr. Phil did end up going.
Bro, this Lou Taylor, every time she gets brought up, it's like the music. And I don't know if the music is guiding my feelings of her or if she's just like straight up the biggest villain here that I did not even know existed. Also, what the fuck is Dr. Phil doing here? Oh my God.
Going and speaking to Britney. But as soon as he did, he went against the
He's such a fucking clout shark, dude. He's literally the biggest clout demon.
Family's wishes and released a public statement to the media saying that Britney will be doing a taping about the entire situation. The entire Spears family was feeling betrayed, and Lou Taylor, who'd conveniently snuck into the position of Spears family spokesperson, spoke to the media saying,
"What's wrong with Dr. Phil's statement is that he made a statement. The family basically extended an invitation of trust for him to come in as a resource to support them, not to go out and make public statements."
This isn't the only time Lou Taylor has snuck her way into a young and vulnerable celebrity's life, as she also attempted to take control over Lindsay Lohan in 2010. After bailing her out of jail,
Lou Taylor came into Lindsay's life as a knight in shining armor.
Wait, so is this Lou Taylor person like, is this what she does? Like, how is there not a movie about her? Because someone is saying, like, look at this, dude. Every child actor and like every person that's been vilified, Lou Taylor is right there. Like, I feel like she is the business manager for people that you want to admit, like people who want a 5150. She manages the fucking Prince estate, dude. She literally manages the Prince estate. Always going to involve her clients in more asset appreciating businesses. or a personal liquor brand. Her client roster includes Steven Tyler, Mary J. Blige, Sean Diddy Combs, Florida Georgia Line, Priyanka Chopra Jones, and the Prince Estate. She was also instrumental in setting up the Britney Spears' highly lucrative and influential Las Vegas residency in 2013. Shut up. She works with Amanda Bynes too? Okay, maybe she just works with everyone though, because like there's like really sus ones, there's really sussy ones, but also like normal ones too. I think she does like when Lou Taylor enters, you're gonna resent her. I already do. There's like something about Lou Taylor that, oh my God. You fucking bet, RTBA. You bet Lou Taylor wanted to do that shit to Kanye, dude. Yo. Dude. I feel like she's there. She's like a regular business manager. Obviously, she's like a regular business manager because otherwise she wouldn't have all of these other clients who then... No way. This is like her thing on the side, dude. Allegedly. Bro, she's like all of these stories seem as though this person allegedly cares very much. Like has like actual clients and does like asset management for them. And then also on the side, allegedly takes care of... I mean, dude, look at this. Yo, Hollywood is so fucked, dude. Hollywood is so fucking fucked. Hollywood business manager Lou Taylor's ferociously breaking the glass ceiling. What the fuck? Takes away the assets of naive girl celebs? No. She's not responsible for their mania, but she suspiciously is right there for in the right moment to safeguard their assets and turn it into a conservatorship that then ends up like paying dividends to the family members and probably like paying herself a decent chunk too, a decent percentage. About 6 years ago, I would go to a pub in the city center, which had a tip jar that said every tip we get goes towards killing Justin Bieber. Wait, what the fuck? Ew. They had backlash here in the Twin Cities when they had tours of Prince's mansion and were selling his estate and memorabilia only a week out. Bro, am I being like QAnon here right now, or do we just like stumble across something that's like very scary?
Lou Taylor allegedly formulated a plan with Lindsay's mother, Dina, to take control over her finances and healthcare for an indefinite amount of time. A source told X17 that Lou has suggested to Dina Lohan that they seek conservatorship over Lindsay's estate. Of course, Lindsay doesn't really have any assets to speak of, so it would really be for the sole purpose of controlling her future earnings. The problem is neither Dina nor Michael would ever be granted a conservatorship by a judge, so Lou went searching for someone else to fill that role, someone with whom she could partner in a business sense, someone she trusts. This time she thinks Larry Rudolph may be the answer. Lou now realizes choosing Britt's dad as a conservator may not have been the best idea. He got power hungry and decided he didn't need Lou anymore. So this time, Lou thinks Larry might be willing to work her way on this and be a figurehead in Lindsay's career while Lou works behind the scenes. The source expanded on Britney's situation, saying Lou totally brainwashed Jamie. She convinced him a conservatorship was the only way to go, and of course he went along with it when he heard about the financial control it would give him. But Lou didn't have Jamie in mind as the conservator at the beginning. She considered suggesting Larry Rudolph, but she was afraid he would abuse the power. With Jamie, Lou thought she would have someone who was naive enough that she could continue to influence him, and therefore continue to have a direct influence on Britney's life and career for years to come. But Lindsay's father came to her rescue, publicly bashing Lou, saying, since Dina and manager Lou Taylor are going to try to be co-conservators, I had a choice of fighting it or petitioning for the purpose of appointing two conservators who don't have an interest in Lindsay's money, but rather her as a person and human being. Dina and Lou have their hands in it, not their hearts. A lot of the controversy in Lindsay's life wouldn't be there if Lou Taylor and Larry Rudolph weren't part of the equation.
I'm trying to make her aware that her mom and her business manager, her new business manager, Lou Taylor, they're actually trying to put Lindsay in the rehab so they can get a conservatorship over, and Lindsay doesn't even know it. When Lindsay's in the rehab, they're going to move for conservatorship. They want to put her in there, they want to control her finances, they want to control everything that she's doing, the people in and out of her life.
I want to make one thing clear so you all know this. When Lindsay was supposed to go into Morningstar Rehab, they started to reconstruct everything there for Lindsay to accommodate her. Sean Chapman Holly, Sean and Lou Taylor leaked that to the press because they wanted Lindsay to get out sooner and have her in UCLA so she wouldn't spend much time in the rehab. They're destroying my daughter's life.
After being admitted due to the circumstance with her children, Britney was released from the 5150 as the danger had subsided. But little did Britney know there was much more.
Her conservatorship fee is $10K a week? That can't be true. Are you serious? There's no shot. That's making $500,000 a fucking year? Approved by court. Bro, this is literally I care a lot. This is literally I care a lot. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Danger to come. According to Lynn's tell-all, Jamie and Lou were concocting a plan to file for major documents that would cause Britney to relinquish her finances, her children, and her freedom as soon as January 22nd. About a week after Britney was released from the hospital, Kevin was even granted full custody of the children for the month. And Britney, unfortunately, had no visitation due to the incident that had occurred. And it is important to note, this is still a time in Britney's life where she has isolated herself. Her circle mainly consisted of Sam Lutfi, Ali, and Adnan Ghibli, her paparazzi boyfriend. However, that circle was getting even smaller as Britney began to isolate herself even further. And Ali spoke out against Adnan, saying she didn't believe Adnan had good intentions with Britney. And he was, after all, a paparazzi, the same people who had terrorized her so much and exploited her for every penny they could. Around this time, we also see Felicia Culotta, Britney's old assistant, express that she wanted to work for Britney again. However, she was in contact with Lynn, who said Britney still needed to recover from the traumatic events that had occurred in the years prior. And as January 22nd approached, according to Lynn's tell-all, Lou Taylor and Britney's father felt God telling them to wait, saying quiet plans had been underway for 6 weeks for Jamie to petition the court for temporary conservatorship of Britney. But it seems like an impossible dream at that point, with Sam still so entrenched in her life. In fact, Jamie was going to file for the conservatorship on January 22nd, 8 days beforehand, but he and his business manager Lou felt God leading them to wait, fast, and pray, despite the frustration of a phalanx of lawyers. But just 1 week after, everything came to a boil.
Bro, this literally went like... We need to take like a 1 second break from all this, okay? I need to collect myself. And also put this fucking pad down. I'm trying to stand up more so my back's no longer fucked. Dude, what is happening here, dude? Oh, my frame is shattered. My frame is so shattered, dude. This is Kajimbo. This is absolutely Kajimbo. Ashley Banks, Lou Taylor has approached Amanda Bynes. This is my Amanda's tweets. This is her alias account, so the media can't quote her. God damn, stans are crazy.
Point. Britney's family, team, and psychiatrists were beginning to plan an involuntary hold with the LAPD.
Yeah, this didn't go from 0 to 100. There was over 100 to 1,000, dude. We started off at 100, and now we're at like 1,000. It's gonna get to 1 million by the end of this.
And Britney's family staged an intervention at her home. They explained how they were concerned about Sam Lutfi's influence. And coincidentally, on the exact same day, Sam Lutfi's past was exposed by Blender magazine. A few days later, Sam and Britney phoned into TMZ, where they say her family just barged in, stating they have an agenda and are jealous they no longer fit into Britney's life. Britney did say her and Sam argue. And later that day, Britney's family tried to execute the involuntary hold, but the LAPD were waiting for the paparazzi to leave. But the next day at 1 a.m., the LAPD and LAFD came with an ambulance and Britney was put on a 5150 hold, psychiatric evaluation once again. She went willingly with Sam Lutfi and her parents to UCLA Medical Center, and allegedly Sam and her parents were arguing about her care. Should she be declared unfit to care for herself? TMZ reported she was taking Adderall and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
We have talked to a lot of people in her world. She has never been formally diagnosed with being bipolar.
And Britney's mom, per Britney's lawyer, wanted to take her home to Kentwood, away from Hollywood, where Britney had a good support system and could recover away from whom she deemed as bad influences. However, this wasn't over for Britney. She had been through so much the past 2 years, and she wasn't going down without a fight. Britney didn't know it yet, but this month would define the next decade of her life and career, as this would be her last month experiencing what little freedom the media left to her to live a normal life.
February.
I wonder if those chatters who said, why are we paying so much attention to this? Like, it's not even interesting. It's just like a rich person is still in here, like, with popcorn, biting his fucking fingernails on the side. Like, goddamn, like, I was so wrong. That is literally... That is the most wrong chatter in the history of Twitch chat. No one has ever been more wrong than that fucking Twitch chatter.
February 1st, 2008 would be the day Britney's estranged father with a history of verbal and alcohol abuse would begin taking total control of her life. Jamie Spears petitioned the Los Angeles Superior Court for appointment of probate conservator over Britney Spears. A probate conservatorship, also referred to as a guardianship in other states, is used for adults who cannot take care of themselves. Usually the conservatee is elderly, has dementia, or is disabled, making Britney Spears not the typical candidate for this type of conservatorship. The probate court can appoint a conservator of the person. Much like a parent caring for a minor child, they manage housing, food, clothing, day-to-day activities, and medical care. A conservator of the estate can be appointed who would handle the conservatee's assets and finances, or both can be appointed. Along with filing the petition for conservatorship over both Britney Spears' person and estate, Jamie filed for a temporary restraining order against Sam Lutfi.
AJ, the claims are absolutely wild and terribly sad and disturbing. They come from Britney Spears' mother, and I can tell you that we now definitely understand why a judge ordered Lutfi to stay away from her, her house, and her family.
Sam, why'd you park all the way down here? Those were the good old days for Britney and Sam.
Now, the good old days are over, and a court has ordered Lutfi to stay away from her, thanks to some shocking, absolutely stunning claims from Britney's parents.
The parents literally think that Sam is the root of evil.
How's Britney?
Now, for the first time, Showbiz Tonight brings you the horrifying claims Britney's parents have made under oath against this mysterious figure in Britney's life who seemed to come from out of nowhere.
Hey, Sam, what's going on?
Claims that Lutfi drugged Britney, cut her phone lines, and that he, quote, purported to take control of her life, home, and finances.
Along with granting the temporary restraining order, the
Bro, what the fuck? Yo, this is actually common with victims of abuse, is that victims of abuse, I can't even talk. What the fuck? What is happening to me? Victims of abuse routinely get abused repeatedly by other people who will like seek them out as vulnerable targets.
The court also granted the temporary conservatorship, naming Jamie and Andrew Wallet, Jamie's attorney, co-conservators of her estate, and Jamie sole conservator of Britney Spears. There would be a hearing only 3 days later on February 4th to reevaluate. Also on this day, Jamie and his attorneys would take steps to strip Britney of her basic rights. By law, a conservatee is to be notified of the conservatorship hearing 5 days in advance, which is really important so they can get legal representation before someone takes control of their life. An ex parte application to waive Britney's rights to receive this mandatory notification was filed by Jamie, and Judge Reva Goetz granted it. Jamie's reasoning was that Britney could be released from her involuntary hold prior to the hearing, and Sam Lutfi would be notified, posing a risk to Britney and her estate. However, when Jamie was granted temporary conservatorship, he was given the ability to secure her assets, have round-the-clock security with Britney, change the locks on her home, and access to her medical care. Jamie had the power needed to protect Britney and her estate. Not giving her the basic right to be notified was the first step taken to try to block Britney from fighting back and keep her in the dark while they worked to take total control. On February 2nd, Ron Rail, Britney's custody attorney, goes to visit Britney at the UCLA Medical Center as the temporary conservatorship would impact her current custody battle. He recommends Adam Streisand, one of the nation's top attorneys handling celebrity estates, to help Britney with the conservatorship. Ron Rail showing up must have put a hole in the plan to keep Britney in the dark, because shortly after, Ron received a call from Jamie's attorneys. Adam Streisand immediately sent an email to Jamie's attorney, Geraldine Weil, calling them out on their already shady antics. Streisand said, "I am told you called Ron Rail and told him that Britney has been adjudged incompetent. That is false, and you know it. You further stated that Mr. Rail has no right to see his client without approval from the..."
Here's the thing. If this person is like competent, not the lawyer, but like if the other side, the conservatorship partners are competent and they have done this many times, even to other celebrities, and are like a respectable figure in the community, a judge signing off on that conservatorship, no matter how overarching, over-encompassing, like and crazy it might sound to you, the judges will be like, yeah, of course, like this is a good person. I know that this person is like a respectable individual, and yeah, of course I'll you know, help. I mean, not help, but like I'll just sign off on this conservatorship and continue it.
Temporary conservators. That is also false. He then said the conservatorship is nothing more than a hostile takeover of our client for improper purposes. When Jamie's attorney, Geraldine Weil, received that email from Streisand, Britney had not yet had her capacity evaluation that is required by the courts. Geraldine Weil quickly emails Dr. Long, a psychiatrist who had treated Britney in 2007, asking him to do a capacity declaration on Britney Spears. Dr. Long, who appeared to feel uncomfortable doing this evaluation, told Weil the next day on February 3rd that his attorneys informed him not to speak with her. Also on February
His music is getting ridiculous though.
3rd, Samuel Ingham, Britney's court-appointed attorney, shows up to UCLA Medical Center to do a brief interview with Britney, but allegedly didn't give her any notice he was coming. This short interview would end up severely impacting Britney's ability to fight her conservatorship. It is the day of the hearing, February 4th, and Britney is still on an involuntary hold at UCLA, but Adam Streisand is there to represent her. Streisand explains to the judge Britney does not want her estranged father as her conservator, and Andrew Wallet, co-conservator, is called into question, stating Andrew doesn't have the expertise to handle a $40 million estate. Then Jamie's attorney questioned if Britney even had the mental capacity to obtain Streisand as her attorney. Samuel Ingham, Britney's court-appointed attorney, argued that in his 15-minute interview with her the day prior, she didn't have the capacity to hire direct counsel as she didn't understand the nature of the proceedings. Streisand responded saying he is—
Holy shit, dude. They're using their actual fucking— Whoa. That's nuts, dude. The moment that, like, the client that's under conservatorship is, like, demanding to get their own attorney, like, the court should absolutely step in and be like, yeah, we got to do that. That's crazy. That's actually fucking crazy, dude. How the fuck? It's GG's. Like, if you get 5150 and a judge declares you unable to take care of yourself, you're just stuck. Like, you have no autonomy ever again for the rest of your fucking life.
Is Britney's lawyer. Judge Reva Goetz then ruled that Britney did not have the capacity to hire an attorney, ejecting Streisand from the courtroom and siding with Sam Ingham, who only stood to financially benefit from Britney being forced to use him as her attorney. Ingham was paid around $405,000 in just 2008 alone from Britney's estate.
Britney Spears' father is staying in control of her affairs for the time being. A California judge reported—
We literally don't treat people with disabilities as humans. Like, this is unironically, like, you know, I joke about, like, MPD being, like, a debilitating disability or whatever, but, like, this is straight up an example of, like, ableism being so ingrained in our attitudes that, like, now I'm wondering, like, how many of these fucking conservatorship situations is just, like, based on incredibly faulty premises, or, like, that, like, people just, like, literally are no longer seen as human. Like, they're literally not seen as human. You can't do this to another human being.
reportedly rejected a plea from one of the singer's attorneys challenging Jamie Spears' role as co-conservator.
Also a court appearance Monday by Adam Streisand, who said he had been asked by Britney Spears to represent her in the matter. He told the court that Britney doesn't want her father in charge of her welfare, but the court denied the request for Streisand to enter the case on Spears' behalf.
This judge yet again made a ruling that stripped Britney of rights every conservatee is supposed to have. Most importantly, the right to choose your own counsel. Britney never stood a chance. She was fully blocked from being able to fight for her basic rights and the empire she built before she was even released from her involuntary hold. What's also really strange is that Jamie's attorneys seemed to know this would be the ruling beforehand, considering they told Ron Rail days prior that Britney was adjudged incompetent. How they knew before the official ruling, before she even had a capacity evaluation, and prior to Sam Ingham's infamous 15-minute interview will forever remain a mystery. 2 days later, Britney is released from the site.
I think some of this is like, some of this is like a little bit embellished or like exaggerated. Maybe there's some omissions here. It's just like something doesn't add up, you know? It doesn't pass my immediate smell test. But regardless, like that part was that part is like a little weird, right? But it doesn't matter because, like I said, these people can get away with doing shit like this because they're already in a position of prominence. They go to the same cocktail parties. Like, the entire purpose of networking like this is so that other people rarely ever suspect them of doing something indecent. And that Hollywood Reporter article is like a perfect example of this, right? Where you look at the Hollywood Reporter article and it talks about how, Lou Taylor is a girl boss and she's working 24/7. Like, that's great PR for her. There are very little articles, on the other hand, about her being in the forefront of every single... Guys, stop. Okay, February. Okay, here you go. There are very little articles about her being involved in the conservatorship arguments revolving around Courtney Love, Lindsay Lohan, potentially contacting Amanda Bynes. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, it's So the conspiracy isn't that, like, you know, these guys, the judge is in on it or whatever the fuck. It's more so that, like, it's oftentimes way simpler than that. You know what I mean?
Of the UCLA Medical Center. Jamie and Lynn Spears are really upset, putting out a statement saying the hospital should not have released her. However, the psychiatrist said they simply could not hold her any longer. She was stable. Britney quickly hops into Adnan's car and she wastes no time heading straight to see attorney Adam Streisand.
Okay. Space.
What is it? What is the judge's name? Reva what?
Come on, guys.
Chat, what is the judge's name? Reva Goed?
Right now.
What the fuck? Okay. The person, I'm looking at this on the other side of the screen. The judge involved in signing off the conservatorship, like in the aftermath of the 5150 hold, to the lawyers and the father, literally was a mediator in other abusive conservatorship court cases, as Judge Elizabeth Lippitt chose ex-judge Reva Goetz to set up the structure for, like, other abusive conservatorship situations. I don't know if this is the same person though. Like, what the fuck? No, it's about, like, this is about older people. It's about older people with, like, estates, and how people have taken like the estates of older people with conservatorship. Oh, this is Judge Brenda Penny. This is a different judge now. Crazy, dude. This is so creepy. I'm like a little worried looking into this. You're so selfish for leaving GTA RP? What? You need to get a skill like GTA RP, not just react to videos. You're so selfish for leaving GTA RP? What the fuck? Are you alright, dude? Like, why are you here? There's all the other RP players who are, like, still streaming. Like, why'd you come in here? Probably to watch the ad at the top of the hour every hour, because it's coming right now. That's why he came in here. Now, of course, this chatter, just like you, know that if you subscribe, you'll no longer see the ads. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or you can use an ad block, or you can use a VPN. But, yeah, at the top of the hour, there is a 60-second ad break. And you already know that. So use your Twitch Prime for free. Here's the ad break now. Dude, I'm doing so well with these fucking segues today. It's like literally every single one of them in 10-10.
Britney wanted to challenge the conservatorship, but she was really concerned for her kids. Streisand said he couldn't help because of her being deemed incompetent. While Britney was in the hospital, her father used her children as emotional leverage, asking Britney if she wanted help getting her babies back. Streisand said she started to understand her best shot at seeing her boys was to just accept what was happening to her. The next hearing to evaluate Britney's conservatorship would come, and Judge Riva Goetz would grant another extension of the conservatorship. Meanwhile, on the same day as the hearing, Britney managed to get on a conference call with attorney John Eardley with the help of a paparazzi friend so Jamie wouldn't find out, as he was monitoring all of her calls. OK Magazine got a transcript of the call. Britney said, "Basically, I want my life back. I want to drive my car. I want to live in my house alone. I want to pick my own security, see who I want to see, and make it happen." Attorney Eardley quickly gets to work and submits a motion to move Britney's case from the LA Superior Court to the federal level, citing that her civil rights are being violated. This motion would get a new judge on the case. He explained,
Dude, what the fuck is monarch mind control, dude? Just because I'm looking at fucking like weird conservatorship arguments around Britney Spears doesn't mean like, what the fuck is this bullshit, dude? Like, I love when people just like, oh, it's MK Ultra. Christ, dude. Oh my god, do not look at that shit. It's right-wing conspiracy shit. Monarch mind control is what is it, like some fucking MK Ultra shit that you've or is like extended to like some right-wing conspiracy or something?
Britney has not been able to have a single
Time to go deep, brother. No, I'm not going deep, you dumb fuck. Like, half of that stuff is like LSD, and the other half is just not real, okay? I'm sorry to fucking break it to you. Okay, brother? Just because I'm looking at this weird shit doesn't mean that, like, I believe in, like, any number of weirdo conspiracy theories that you fucking red-pilled dweebs believe in on the internet, okay?
hearing before the court and was stripped of the right to access counsel. She's being completely...
I love when like weirdo conspiracy theorists are like, yeah, this is how it started with me too. You're about to take the red pill, bro. You're about to dive deep. You're about to go down the well, dude. You're about to fucking see some things that are going to be too hard for you to handle, my friend. Yeah. Before you know it, there it is. QAnon. It's real. Why? Why is it that these people like make it seem like the untold truth, the unspeakable truth that they arrived at is like something that no one has ever encountered before? And it's so fucking good. And it's gonna, like, really, I'm gonna fucking fully believe in it. And if I don't, I know MK Ultra was real. I know. Anyway, let's keep going.
Isolated with absolutely no privacy. She can't make telephone calls, she can't receive or send mail, or drive a vehicle. At this point, Britney has been stripped of almost every right a conservatee should have under California law. Eardley also explained, under the circumstances, Jamie Spears is denying Britney not only her liberty, but the ability to participate in her own custody case. Jamie Spears and Andrew Wallet responded saying this is a brazen but vain attempt to strip a probate court of jurisdiction from an attorney without a client. Attorney Eardley responded in an interview with the Associated Press saying that he is concerned for the emotional and physical safety of Britney under the circumstances. He was asked the last time he consulted with Britney, and he said he talked to her a few days ago and someone wrestled the phone away from her and he had not talked to her since. Judge Gutierrez, who was overseeing this motion, ruled that it should stay at the state level because Britney was deemed incapable of hiring an attorney, and Eardley does not have the authority to remove this case. Although Britney was denied yet again from being able to fight the conservatorship, a right she has been denied multiple times at this point, she at least did receive some hopeful news. She was finally able to see her boys.
This is why TrueAnon Chapo and Death is Just Around the Corner are taken more seriously. They delve into the psychology and reality of conspiracy theories within Western society. Okay, let me just point something out here. This is the last time I'm going to do this. No, I did run an ad, Omotho. You just didn't see it. Okay, first and foremost, I mean, I don't know about the third one, but those other two that you're referencing are my friends. Secondly, I don't know why people feel like they want to act out. Like they're like, oh, it's time for Hasan to like read chat. So I'm just going to say like the dumbest thing possible. Lastly, it's hilarious that you're like, TrueAnon is taken more seriously. And finally, I have extensively covered the reasons as to why conspiracy theories exist, because a lot of people's worldview is rooted within like a non-materialist perspective. So of course you need to like ground your entire worldview and your theories in this like idealism. And that is where conspiracy theories work perfectly, because there's always like a villain. Oftentimes the villain in said conspiracy theories are Jews. That's why every conspiracy theory oftentimes goes back to like anti-Semitic shit. And also, just because, like I said, I've talked about this a million times over, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I'm going to talk about it every single time for every single issue.
She regained visitation with her sons. However, a psychiatrist and her father must be present to monitor the visits. This would give Jamie even more control when it comes to Britney's children. And using that control, the conservatorship would put Britney right back to work with hardly any time to recover after her life has been turned totally upside down. She was on an episode of How I Met Your Mother, Britney was seen going to the recording studio, and the conservatorship even hired back Larry Rudolph, who Britney had made it clear she didn't trust and had fired 2 times in the past. The next couple of months are quiet as Britney is already beginning to work on her 6th studio album. However, behind the scenes, it appears Lynn Spears is starting to realize she's getting pushed out of her daughter's life. In a series of email leaks, an alleged—
The funniest part about it is that like, you know, these 2 demons are just like fucking battling one another too, over like how much they can exploit their daughter.
Email from Lynn to Jamie Spears from May 28th, 2008 was also leaked. Lynn says, Jamie, I never thought you would ever make it possible for a court to keep my child's health information from me, her mother. You know you put your foot down about many things, and you could this one too. But once again, it's not important enough to you because it's me. You, as a conservator, can give your daughter's medical records to her mother to view, because I am the mother who was there when our children were sick and in the hospital. Where were you? The man you once were would have had no problem in telling those high-paid professionals that her mother has every right to know her child's health, court or no court. And I'm not the one making money off selling stories to magazines and never will be, if that is the threat they fear. And I know you don't understand those medical terms, you can't even pronounce them correctly, that are in the health document. So get Dr. Saja or someone to interpret it for you. Clearly you need to stay at the house with Britney until she stabilizes on the new drug. Don't run out on your daughter again when the going gets tough, especially now. You surely are paid enough to put forth the extra effort. Please question your conscience about the real reason you allow me to get pushed out. What would Jesus do? Just one day after Lynn Spears sent the—
Bro, God left this planet a long time ago, okay? Jesus is so, if he ever existed, he is so fucking far removed from the Spears family. Oh my lord.
Aforementioned email, Samuel Ingham, the attorney Britney Spears is being forced to use, was in Judge Reva Goet's chambers for 90 minutes, stating Britney should not participate in her July 31st hearing, saying it would be harmful to her. Judge Goetz agreed, stating Britney was on a new medication.
This person literally has actively worked as a mediator, selected by another judge in numerous conservatorship court cases, by the way. Like, this is kind of her bread and butter. I looked it up. Like, she executes conservatorship deals, basically. This is kind of like her fucking forte.
And her diagnosis had yet to be complete. So at this point, without even a complete diagnosis, Britney Spears is being told yet again that she cannot even appear at her own conservatorship hearings or have her own legal counsel. She is being deemed incompetent. Meanwhile, to the contrary, she has been working, acting, and recording her next album.
Britney's team looked at her like she was nothing more than a cash cow. And if she wasn't working, the people around her weren't getting paid. And with a ginormous media storm of her being 5150'd twice and put under a conservatorship, all the while she's still recovering from the lasting effects of 2007, Britney's team knew they had to do one thing to earn their paycheck. Hire a PR team, flip her image entirely, and push her harder than they ever had before. This process had already begun during the conservatorship, as when Britney was filming How I Met Your Mother merely 1 month after being released from the psychiatric ward, it was rumored that Larry Rudolph began shopping around a reality TV series that would reportedly document Britney's comeback to the music scene. Before Britney even had time to breathe after being 5150'd and thrust into a conservatorship, her team was already wanting to kick her comeback into gear and broadcast every moment for the entire world to see. However, a source also began telling outlets that Jamie was against the idea. He didn't want the world seeing everything that was going on behind the scenes. He needed that veil of secrecy. But the show was going to happen and began filming later that year. Even though she was fighting for her freedom, in true Larry Rudolph fashion, her team was still pushing her career full steam ahead, whether she was ready or not. As we saw with the release of Blackout, Britney didn't do a proper world tour promoting the album. Even though rumors of a Blackout tour were flying as early as October of 2007, the world never saw that tour come to fruition. This was a huge loss, as Britney's label and team hadn't seen the same return of investment that her other albums had had, simply because she didn't tour. This made the circus starring Britney Spears that much more important. She would need to promote 2 major albums across the world while going through personal struggles, legal back and forths within the court system regarding her conservatorship, all while having the media document every second of it. But Britney's team was going to make this tour happen regardless, and step 1 was her diet. The entertainment industry is known to be cruel when it comes to a performer's weight, and this isn't just the media. This can be people on the inside too. People who are meant to care about you, completely controlling your dieting until you can't think straight. For instance, Dr. Luke, a producer who was heavily involved in the production of Circus, once snapped in 2014 at a then bulimic Kesha after he saw a photo of the singer drinking a Diet Coke, saying, "We all get concerned when she is breaking her diet plan. We have seen it happen multiple times almost every day. It is also double concerning when the A-list songwriters and producers are reluctant to give Kesha their songs because of her weight." This was and continues to be the unfortunate reality of the music industry, and Britney Spears was no different. According to Daily Mail, Britney was back to a mere 126 pounds. Headlines would read, "I'm lucky to be alive," and in the next statement say, "plus her amazing diet secret."
Isn't Dr. Luke another fucking demon too? Dude, the music industry is so fucking bananas, dude. It's like, it is so crazy. The music industry is so fucking insane.
Secrets after the stress of her custody battle saw her, quote, tip the scales to 144 pounds. Daily Mail detailed that her expensive health makeover allegedly included $6,400 a month on a nutritionist and diet supplements, $5,180 on a personal trainer, and $2,600 on a private dance choreographer. A source told Closer magazine she limits herself to 1,400 calories a day, with one cheat day where she'll treat herself. She also changed the way she eats, trying to have only 2/3 of what is on her plate. It's all about portion control and fresh food now, and lots of water in place of Red Bull. This was hard work and wasn't put in place because she was unhealthy. Even when the media trashed her body at the 2007 VMAs, Britney was still toned. She was still more fit than any of the people trashing her. This was purely for cosmetic reasons, and that is Britney's prerogative. However, as we have learned, Britney's choices are oftentimes made for her. This is evidenced even further by Britney being made the face of Bally's in May of that same year. As if that wasn't quick enough, Britney was still recording her 6th studio album. It would be in the same category as Blackout. out, but more lighthearted and pop influenced. Keep in mind, while recording portions of this album, cameras were still following her for the reality show that was going to be released later that year. And at this point, tensions were very high between the Spears family and Sam Lutfi. As Jamie was attempting to gain more control over Britney, Sam and Jamie both signed an agreement stating that Jamie will stop pursuing the temporary restraining order against Sam as long as he agrees to stop contacting Britney. Around the same time, Britney sat down for a Take Two interview with OK Magazine. This interview is very important as we also see Jamie throw some deep, unnecessary jabs Britney's way, saying, "I would hope the conservatorship stands until the end of the year, and then we'll sit back and evaluate where we are at that time, where Britney is at that time. Our relationship is new for both of us. She sometimes calls me 50 times a day and asks me things that light my life up. But like all daughters, she is very manipulative and cunning, so she gets what she wants a lot." Keep in mind, Britney is sitting next to him while he's saying all of this. Anytime Britney did press in 2008, she was surrounded by her father or someone her father trusted to make sure she didn't speak out of turn. We see this again in a Rolling Stone interview in September, when the journalist who wrote the article included, "When I met Jamie Spears backstage at the VMAs, he shakes my hand and says, 'Take care of my baby.' The 'or else' is implied. A bear of a man with piercing blue eyes. Jamie and the conservatorship lawyers make it difficult to talk in depth to his baby, and interviewing Britney was a rigorously micromanaged process. We were never left alone together, and my questions had to be submitted ahead of time for approval. Acceptable topics included her new album, her boys, and that's about it. Her team said she wouldn't answer anything about the past year and vetoed a question as straightforward as, 'Do you have an opinion on the presidential election?' This seemed to be the ground rules for every interview that she did around this time, as the same questions were asked in the OK Magazine article about her kids, her family life, and her album. In the OK interview, Britney said that her album was coming in 6 to 9 months. However, just the next month, she was already recording a music video for the first single off the album, Womanizer. And the music video was released even quicker than that, coming out a little bit over a week since being recorded. Womanizer quickly became one of Britney's most successful songs to date, and she jumped right back in front of the camera to record the Circus music video.
Bro, I need to watch this video in half speed like it's a Ben Shapiro video, dude. How the fuck is this video an hour and 27 minutes long? And the entire fucking pacing on this is like cranked up in like double speed, dude. They're just like blowing through so much shit. This is one of the most insane stories I've ever fucking seen. This is, yeah, this is like Zack Snyder cut. Britney Spears' conservatorship. Gays go faster than normal humans and gays love Britney. This is normal speed. Yeah, I know that I'm queer baiting right now with my coverage of, I mean, I'm literally queer baiting. I'm wearing a pearl necklace with a Mariah Carey t-shirt while I go through the entire saga of Britney Spears' life through her conservatorship process. This is literally gayer than sucking a penis on camera. Like, so I apologize. I'm straight. Just letting you guys know again. What I'm doing currently is perhaps one of the gayest things you can do. Let's keep going.
Around this time, it was announced that Britney Spears would be premiering her highly anticipated reality show as a music documentary on MTV. This documentary would release in conjunction with her new album Circus, and would feature behind-the-scenes footage of Womanizer, some of the recording of Circus, and the accompanying video, as well as different rehearsals and Britney's day-to-day life. And while it was interesting to see Britney in her element working...
This is why degrees in journalism and history exist. Not every shred of information about the topic is important to the thesis. I agree with that. They definitely have like added way too much.
The majority of people tuned in to hear Britney comment on her personal life, as that's all the media had been talking about for nearly 3 years. And now, the state of her conservatorship, something she had refrained from in the Circus press tour. And they were treated to the only raw clips in existence of Britney speaking candidly about her conservatorship. For the Record began by setting the premise that on the eve of the 2008 MTV Music Awards, Britney Spears invited a film crew into her life. The film you're about to see was captured over the 60 days that followed. No topic was off limits and no question went unanswered. And for the first time in nearly a year, Britney had the floor. She began by saying that there is a lot that people don't know about her and she feels misrepresented. Then it jumps right into her hectic lifestyle preparing for the VMAs. Britney's team begins discussing the way they keep people in and out of her life. Jamie telling Larry Rudolph that security will be stationed at the door, and Larry responds saying, "No one gets through the door without speaking to one of us. We can't have a revolving door." They instruct her that when she accepts her VMA awards, someone will knock on the door, presumably of her private dressing room, and guide her onto the stage. They had it set up so that no one could speak to her. The control of Britney exhibited throughout this documentary is intense, and anytime Jamie enters a room, Britney tenses up and is a completely different person. And anytime he leaves, she relaxes and is her normal bubbly self. She expands on her lifestyle saying,
I never wanted to become one of those prisoner people. I've always wanted to feel free, get in my car and go and not let people make me feel like I had to stay in my home. I let certain people into my life that were just bad people. And I was very guarded at first, but then I went to a point where I ended up letting them in because I was lonely or whatever the fact, and I really paid the consequences for that. You know, you do something wrong and you learn from it, you move on, but it's like I'm having to pay for it for a really long time.
Britney also confirmed the notion that she didn't care about the business side of her conservatorship.
In the last couple of years, things that have happened, not with even the business, things that just happened to me personally have been the problem.
It was all about her personal life and children. At this point, Britney was alone. She explained how heartbreaking the entire situation was with Kevin.
With Kevin, because I had 2 children with him, I did not know what to do with myself. Built my dream home in Malibu, a huge house and a pool and a huge yard for the kids, and I did everything for them, and just my world was that.
Everything was for them. This house was lavish and perfect for the family that Britney wanted to raise. But now that house was just a lonely reminder of the childhood that was quickly disappearing.
I did not want to be at home because like my babies represented home. That was my home with them. And every time I went home, it was like, oh God, I can't be here.
Then Britney gets into how the people around her are taking advantage of her.
I'm definitely angry with myself for letting people take advantage of me. I'm angry with people for taking advantage of me and for letting it go on for so long. But I have to go on with it. I look at it for what it is, and I have to.
Bro, the part of this that we're like forgetting, sorry, I'm gonna pause for a second here, is that like she has a sister who's also famous. Why does she never come up in any of these stories? Like, I feel like the Spears fandom, Britney Spears fandom, kind of like the Britney Spears fandom don't really acknowledge her existence, it feels like. Jamie Lynn is also bad, not nearly as famous because her sister's story is just as fucked up. Because she got pregnant at 16 and erased. Her sister's publicly sided with her father in the situation. Wow. What the fuck? I'm not even a fan, and I know she's not nearly as famous as Britney. Yeah, no shit. Britney Spears is one of the most famous people on the fucking planet. But, like, Jamie Lynn Spears is also kind of famous, or was kind of famous, and then just pee-pee poof. Her son knows all about the dog shit too. Britney Spears' son Jaden Federline slams grandfather Jamie. He could go and die. Britney Spears' 13-year-old son Jaden Federline ripped into his grandfather Jamie Spears in a no-holds-barred rant on Instagram Live. What the fuck? He's 13. He's a pretty big dick. He's pretty fucking... $13 years old. So yeah, He's a pretty big dick. He's pretty fucking gay as shit. He can go die. Oh no. My man said he's gay as shit, dude. Oh, that's funny. I guess he's not one of the woke Zoomers. I have the best dad ever. My dad is literally Jesus. I wonder if he's a juicer. Dude, how the fuck do we get here, bro? Some crazy ass shit happened today.
She explains how hopeless she is, saying even when you go to jail, you know when you get out.
If I wasn't under her strengths that I'm under right now, you know, with all the lawyers and doctors and people analyzing me every day and all that kind of stuff, like if that wasn't there, I'd feel so liberated and feel
no, his
like
dad is Kevin
myself,
Federline.
kind of stuck in this
K-Fed.
place, and it's like, how do you deal, you know, and you just cope, and that's what I do. I just cope with it. Just like you can't really go there in a complete state of happiness because you're scared that it's going to be taken away. So it's better just not to feel anything at all and to have hope than to feel the other way. And when you tell people that, and when I tell them the way I feel, it's like they hear me, but they really not listening. They're hearing what they want to hear. They're not really listening to what I'm telling them. It's like, it's bad. I'm sad.
These clips are among some of the rarest clips in the entirety of Britney's career and have been scrubbed off the internet almost entirely. The documentary is not available on any streaming platform. However, you can buy the limited DVD from a private company on Amazon.
Dare you, Mr. Spears? You had me fooled. And you too, Mrs. Spears. Death to all of them.
That is what Britney said. She
Dare
What?
you, Mr. Spears? You had me fooled. And you too, Mrs. Spears. Death to all of them.
That is what Britney said. She
Oh, okay, saved. That's what Britney said.
Kill somebody. Clap if you've ever wanted to kill somebody.
Bro, what is happening on this TV show, bro? What the fuck? What a wild TV show, dude. Holy shit. God damn.
Amazon for $70. The documentary featuring a well-thought-out Britney, someone who is expressing how they felt and explaining the situations going on around them in a very real way, is nowhere to be found. It's nearly been erased from history. In fact, when attempting to upload part 2 of the series, the episode which featured clips of For the Record was completely blocked worldwide. Not copyright
When is
claimed,
Terrible 2
but
person
completely
to fuck
blocked
out of
upon
here? I
automatic
don't know.
review. That means whomever is in charge of distribution of this documentary wants no one to see how truthful, well thought out, and competent Britney really is. The best you'll be able to find are some grainy clips on Dailymotion or some rare HD uploads on sketchy sites. This documentary serves as a rare glimpse into Britney's reality and one of the most obscure and unknown marks in pop culture history.
Bro, oh, Queen Beauty. I don't know why I read it as queer baiting.
With the documentary being released on November 30th and Britney holding a special screening for the event, Britney's latest album was only 2 days away from being released. And despite controversy surrounding her song If You See Gay Me,
Well, the line we bleeped out goes, love me, hate me, all of the boys and girls are begging to, and then she says, if you seek Amy. Doesn't make any sense, does it? It's not supposed to. If you say it quickly, with no space in between the letters, it basically spells out the F word and then me. So it's all the girls and boys are begging to. And now comes the music.
How dare she? How dare she? Wow. Satan. Satanism is alive and well, boys. How dare she do this, corrupting the mind of our youth?
Video starting and ending with.
I find it so funny that, like, this fucking demon right here will sit there and get personally offended because, like, someone spelled out F-U-C-K me. Like, fuck me, right? While simultaneously will turn around and in that same broadcast be like, Santa Claus is white. And if you blacks have anything to say about it, well, you're wrong. It's white. So is Jesus Christ. And it's like, okay, well, I think one is way more horrible than the other. Just saying, like, you're a piece of shit person.
Clips from what looks very much like a carbon copy of America's newsroom.
Britney's PR makeover was really kicked into gear, but most of Britney's work during the circus era was ahead of her, as her team was developing a nearly 100-show world tour based around an actual 3-ring circus to show off the Britney that they had primed for this moment. Britney's team enlisted the help of the best that the industry had to offer. The stage was incredible and the gags would be insane. Britney's team had also enlisted the help of Perez Hilton to open the tour.
Perez Hilton talks about professionalism. When is it professional to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time?
Whom had previously trashed Britney in every way possible. But she shot him with a crossbow in the opening sequence, signifying her rise from the tabloids. Nonetheless, Larry Rudolph was quoted saying, "The tour would blow people's minds and promises to show Britney's fans something they will never forget."
Dude, why does this guy look like he just, put Vaseline all over his face at every moment? There's something about this Larry Rudolph dude. He's just so greasy. I don't know what it is. Like, every time they show him, he's just so oily, bro.
She goes full speed the whole show, about an hour and a half. It's pretty intense. This is a full-blown, full-out Britney Spears show. It is a pop extravaganza. It is everything everybody expects from her and more. Nearly months after being 5150 and admitted to a psych ward, Britney's team was pushing her on the biggest tour she'd ever done. Needless to say, Britney would need to rehearse a lot, which is something she's previously said she really enjoys doing, even under Larry and her father's watchful eye. At this time, she still had no phone usage. However, allegedly one day while rehearsing, Britney snuck off to make one of the most important phone calls of her life.
Hi, my name's Britney Spears. I called you earlier. I'm calling again because I just wanted to make sure during the process of doing the conservatorship that my father threatened me several times that he'll take my children away. I just want to be guaranteed that everything will be fine with the process of you guys taking care of everything and things just being the same as far as my custodial.
Britney left this voicemail for attorney John Eardley, the same attorney who tried to help her move her case to the federal level the year prior.
I'm gonna keep it 100. The fact that there hasn't been like a bar investigation for every single lawyer involved in this conservatorship is straight up wild to me. Okay, like the very moment that Britney Spears on record now said, I was never told that I could fucking file a termination of my conservatorship, is a moment where you are way too late to the game for not being able to for not investigating this entire process top down, bottom up. It's insane. Like, it is so fucking corrupt. It is so fucking insane. It makes me wonder how many people in this state alone have been destroyed by predatory conservatorship programs where, like, judges who operate as mediators on other conservatorship programs that, like, set it up specifically work alongside lawyers and consultants that engage in this regularly. It is I Care a Lot. I Care a Lot is a direct, like, it's literally what this is. Apparently, Lindsay Lohan escaped to Dubai and Courtney Love went to London because of the shit that happens in LA. Like, there is something happening in fucking California where just, like, you're fucked. Like, I would look I would look into every single judge that has touched this case. I would look into every single lawyer that has touched this case. I know that this happens in Florida too, where old people live, like rich old people live, but it is absolutely insane that like this has been going on for 13 fucking years, dude.
Prior. When the judge denied his motion and kept it at the state level, he said that Eardley had not yet tried to challenge the probate court's appointment of Samuel Ingham, so Eardley was going to do just that. He contacted attorney John Anderson for his expertise, and together they would attempt to help Britney. On January 27, 2009, attorney Anderson sent a letter to Jamie Spears' attorneys with an ex parte petition that he was planning to file with the courts on the 29th. They were petitioning for Britney to finally be able to retain and pay for her own attorneys, and to relieve Samuel Ingham, the court-appointed attorney. Since Britney was so controlled and unable to make phone calls, Sam Lutfi would help Britney by being the middleman. He would somehow sneak the petition paperwork over to Britney for her to sign, and then get the paperwork back to the attorneys. Jamie's attorneys would then speak with attorney Anderson. They informed him Britney lacked the capacity to retain counsel, and that Eardley had tried to remove the case before, but was denied for that reason. Anderson then decided not to file the petition to help Britney, and would have no further involvement in the matter. 3 days later, Jamie Spears filed for a restraining order against Adnan, Britney's ex-boyfriend, Sam Lutfi, and attorney John Eardley. When Sam was acting as the middleman between Britney and the attorneys, he broke the agreement he made with Jamie back in July of 2008, stating he would cease contact with Britney. Jamie said upon reviewing phone records, Britney had spoken with both Adnan and Sam that month. Attorney John Eardley was included due to his connection with Sam Lutfi and his attempts at trying to assist Britney. The restraining order was granted temporarily with hearings to follow. At this point, Jamie had successfully obtained restraining orders on the last few people who had spent a year actively trying to get Britney out of the immensely controlling situation she was in. Allie Sims, Britney's cousin and previous assistant, spoke up as she hadn't heard from Britney since the conservatorship started. Allie said, "You know they're very controlling, and that's fine. And I just stepped back. I'm not going to fight 9 lawyers and parents." Sam Lutfi now decided to take legal action against Jamie and Lynn Spears. Jamie Spears had assaulted Sam by sneaking into Britney's house, bypassing her gate and guard, then proceeded to punch Sam in the chest back in January of 2008. And Lynn was being sued for defamation, mainly citing her 2008 declaration and her book Through the Storm, where Lynn had accused Sam of drugging Britney and not giving her access to phones or cars. But he wouldn't just sue Britney's parents, he would also sue Britney for breach of contract, airing out her personal life from her breaking point in 2007. He was one of the last few people trying to help Britney get out from under her estranged father's thumb, but now he was seeking compensation for the time he was her manager. Although they hadn't met yet, he alleged when Britney infamously shaved her head, it was to avoid drug testing, and that when he agreed to become her manager, he brought drug-sniffing dogs to her house, flushing a powdery white substance. He also stated he helped with the paparazzi so they would stop putting her in dangerous situations. If the paparazzi adhered to their rules, he would text them their location so they could get the pictures they needed.
You know, it'd be kind of cool if you guys were able to talk to her. Wouldn't that be cool? No, that'd be great. If she was able to talk, 27-year-old, can't really speak, doesn't have a cell phone, can't see her friends. A little odd, don't you think? 27-year-old touring the whole world? Yeah. No?
Well, you know, she's making money for everybody.
She's making money for everyone but herself, maybe. She's not really concerned with money, you know?
Yeah.
Britney's not that type of person, so.
Oh, really?
No. She's a normal sweetheart, mother of 2, 27-year-old, you know? Very successful superstar. Can't have a phone and go where she wants and see who she wants. I think that's a little unfair, don't you think?
It's almost like slavery, modern day slavery.
Don't you think?
Almost. Sounds like it.
Well, you know, maybe instead of you guys getting your info from other people, you should try to get a hold of her yourself and see what she has to say. I think you guys would be rather pretty surprised.
If she talked to us, I would definitely film
If she was allowed to.
She was allowed.
I'm sure she would love to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
But she's not allowed to.
Do you think she's more miserable now than she was back?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But she must be going through a lot of hard stuff right now.
Well, wouldn't you if you weren't able to go anywhere and do whatever you wanted and govern constantly and you notice there's no friends around, it's just assistants and agents and come on guys, 2 years of this is a little nonsense, you know? I mean, where they're going to, you know, place all the everything on these allegations that the parents made about me, which are all false, you know, and I think we'll see that in court soon, you know? Those are horrendous allegations those people made. It's unfortunate circumstances, you know? Talking about drugging people, to the contrary, you know?
So you did nothing of the case?
God, no. Never. No.
So Sam, are you going to resume contact with it if it gets lifted?
I can't answer that, but I wouldn't see why not. She's still a good friend of mine.
Hearings for the restraining order case against Adnan, Sam, and Eardley would begin. Britney's hairdresser said that Sam used her to try to contact Britney around Christmas time in 2008, but she said,
Yo, Twitch is getting fucked right now. That's why there's Fs. I don't know if you can hear me or see this, if Fs are happening to you, but just refresh. It's not my fault. It's just Twitch is fucked. Anyway. Apparently this guy is like involved with Amanda Bynes too. Sam Lufty. Like all of these people are such fucking, they're so sus.
Said Britney told her that she is scared of Sam Lutfi. Sam's sister, Christina Lutfi, would also testify, saying Britney told her she fears her father and wants to get out from under his control.
She was calling that she was, you know, sick of this conservatorship and her dad was controlling and she wants out and she just really wants Sam to find her a new lawyer, that she can't even have her own cell phone without them overhearing or controlling everything. I relayed the message to my brother to see if he could help her out. He said he'll see what he could do, excuse me. And we talked one more time and she asked if I could get her a phone. She told me she'd be at the Peninsula Hotel around 9 o'clock. When I gave her the phone, she's really like happy and relieved, but also just pretty scared, you know, that the fact that I have to slip her a phone, you know, and her mom can't see her, you know, she was scared. So she had to go hide it so no one would see.
Blair Burke, an attorney for Jamie Spears, testified under oath saying Britney said she didn't know who Eardley was and did not want him as her attorney. Now, this testimony from Britney's father's attorney makes zero sense, considering the phone transcript obtained by OK Magazine from 2008, where Britney is contacting Eardley for help, and the leaked 2009 voicemail where she said her father was threatening her. However, the restraining orders were granted for 3 years. Friedman, Sam's attorney, said in regards to Britney Spears being deemed too incompetent to testify, the conservatorship was misusing a statute meant for the elderly or severely disabled adults to protect a singer who is currently on an international concert tour. One major reason Britney's parents said they needed the conservatorship was to protect Britney from Sam Lutfi and his control, but the conservatorship had now become the very thing they were trying to protect her from. While attorneys were arguing back in Los Angeles if Britney was incompetent or not, she was embarking on a new relationship with her agent Jason Trawick and her first live tour in 5 years. The circus tour would not only be her highest grossing tour, bringing in $131 million, but it would be a 4-leg international tour with more shows than she had ever done before.
The Las Vegas residency that's going to come up soon was facilitated by Lou Taylor.
The performance, I mean, it was great.
Stage show was great. Stage show was amazing.
Phenomenal.
So is Britney back?
It was definitely a circus. It was awesome. She's definitely back. It's Britney, bitch.
Britney Spears has made her comeback 100%. She rocked the house. She is back. If anybody thought Britney wouldn't come back, Britney's back.
The effects and like the dancers and the colors and everything was.
Bro, the fact that like one of the main lawyers is making 10 grand a week for the past 13 years off of like the conservatorship fees is just, that alone is like jail. Like just straight to jail. Don't pass go. Don't collect $100. Just throw the man in jail immediately. Millions and millions of dollars, dude. $520,000 a year just for like managing the conservatorship without ever once petitioning to terminate it. $6.7 million. Yeah.
Amazing. The costumes. Yes.
She brought back all of her old music too for like fans that have known her ever since we've grown up. It was completely amazing. Blew her mind with all
she changes, she has like other stuff going on. It's not just like,
yeah, it's not boring. You
like
have circus people running around, going to the concert. It's amazing.
After Britney's comeback tour ended, she had a 2-hour closed-door hearing in regards to her conservatorship for an annual progress report.
After 2 long years fighting her conservatorship, nearly 100 shows touring and promoting Circus, and promoting her single 3, along with her greatest hits album, Britney's team gave her no breaks.
No, Jenna, I did not listen to it because it's not legal for me to listen to it, okay? We just looked at some of the highlights. So no, I did not listen to the entire 23-minute court, her testimony, because the judge has ruled it illegal for people to listen to, unfortunately. And I don't want to, you know, get sued for doing that.
And immediately began work on her 7th studio album, Femme Fatale. Several producers who Britney had worked with in the past began hinting to the press in August of 2010 about recording with Britney. A producer named Darkchild being one of the first, saying, "Britney's fans are going to be so happy in a few weeks. In a minute, I'm going to play some music that I think is the bomb for Britney." Danja, her collaborator on Blackout and Circus, teased Britney's new music as well.
We're getting things together. I've been actually doing tracks that I love, and I can't wait till we go into full production mode, but more so pre-production than anything.
So do you have any idea what direction it's going to be? Is it going to be, you know, the club stuff? Is it going to be, where are you going with it?
You know, we can start one way and then end up, you know, a totally different way. I really don't know. I'm definitely going to do my part and try to make it hard-hitting, up-tempo, high energy. That's what I think we need, and that's what I'm shooting for.
She's one of the biggest stars in the world, but what's it like to work with her in the studio?
Man, it's so easy and fun, and it's one of the easiest, probably the easiest sessions I've had in my career, so I'm looking forward to getting back in.
Fans were getting extremely hyped at this point, as Britney had been releasing era after era for the past 3 years, and they were about to get another album. However, just 2 days later, all buzz for the album is killed off by Britney's team, with a seemingly threatening statement from Adam Lieber saying, "No new music news right now. Wish people wouldn't mislead you guys with BS info. Not cool. P.S. The guys that are working on Brit's next album are not talking about it." And with that, everything went silent for the month of August. However, Britney was still working, as the next month she was featured on an episode of Glee. But with that high came a major low, as on September 30th, Britney got the news from the judge that Andrew Wallet and Jamie Spears, her father, would remain her conservators and would continue to have full control of her finances and personal life. During the Circus era, Britney held out hope. However, all hope was gone. Britney officially had no control. However, her lawyers did give the great news to the courts, saying her mental health had improved dramatically. And interestingly enough, the press began releasing tons of articles featuring photos of Britney smiling and being happy, some even promoting her clothing line at Kohl's. However, Britney was not happy. Photos of her crying later surfaced from the same day, and the public got a glimpse into how Britney really felt. The facade that Britney's team had created had its first crack since For the Record airing, and this was the first of many glimpses into Britney's reality that we saw during the Femme Fatale era. But like clockwork, Britney's team shifted the focus off of the conservatorship and changed their tune about Femme Fatale, as just 1 day later, Adam Lieber officially confirmed there is a new album in the works, and that her upcoming album would be a departure from what you've heard.
Okay, dude, some of this Stan shit is like, it's just like too much. Like, these details are like, they're getting, I'm starting to get annoyed with the, it's just like, I'm skipping, yeah. Why skip? It's way too much, dude. I'm getting a fucking headache. Like, just stick to the issues. Like, there's albums coming out, she's crying.
He went on to say the statements attributed to Jason Alexander are a complete fabrication, as Britney has not had any form of communication with Mr. Alexander in years. They also called out the tabloids for being irresponsible. He reported the same day Britney was seen showing up to William Morris Endeavor Agency with Jason Trawick and presumably her management team about taking said legal action. And the next day on her birthday, the verified Britney Spears Twitter account tweeted out saying, "I'm almost done with my new album, and it will be coming out this March."
I think the reason why they're hyper focusing on the album is because, like, this is made by stans, so they're like, they care about that more, whereas I only care about the conservatorship, and I don't want to, I don't care about like her albums and all this other stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, go tell your mom you love her. You shouldn't wait for me to read it for you to say that. Yeah, so they're using the album. They're like pushing her to work, more album, more shows, more money. I got that. I just like I wanna see a conclusion. I wanna see like a.
I'll be performing for the first time ever in a special concert in San Francisco's historic Castro District on Good Morning America. And I promise you, it'll be a morning to remember. See you soon.
She was recording the Till the World Ends music video, releasing and promoting the new album, and recording a short interview about the album for MTV. However, this interview would be much less personal than For the Record, as I Am Femme Fatale was centered around Britney recording the music video for Till the World Ends and preparing for her first big televised performance promoting Femme Fatale. In an effort to illustrate how hard Britney worked on these music video sets, her team unknowingly exposed themselves for showing how hard they push and control every aspect of Britney's life and career.
You know, can we wrap this thing up? We're gonna go for 10 minutes and done? Okay, sorry. You have 10 minutes and you're done. I wanna go in there, it's too hot. It's disgusting.
The set was a little much. We filmed most of this video in an underground meat plant.
It's just like grimy and it was gross and it felt like there was like poop everywhere when there really wasn't. It was just sweat and it was just disgusting sometimes.
When I Am Femme Fatale aired on MTV, you see a very well put together Britney, someone who had been pushed by her team, betrayed by her friends, released 4 fragrances, 3 major projects, and nearly 100 shows in the past 3 years. Earning money she couldn't even control herself, putting on an amazing show. The Femme Fatale press tour also served as a very enlightening era regarding the little to no freedom Britney had to speak her mind, as the process to be able to interview Britney was extensive. Carson Daly revealed this on Twitter when he came for Britney's team, saying, "I was just told my Britney Spears interview tomorrow on AMP Radio must be pre-recorded and submitted for approval by her management before it can air. F that. Never that restricted. Even when I interviewed Michael Jackson, it wasn't anything like this. It's really insane." Someone called him unprofessional, and Carson responded saying, "I'm unprofessional, faking an entire interview? Just shocked management won't let her do a normal interview. She probably doesn't even know," stating this had nothing to do with her, just her people. This press tour was a large indicator for where Britney was in her life, so much so that Sam Lutfi used it as evidence for Britney to testify in his case against her conservatorship. Sam had continually fought for Britney to testify in his case. However, Britney's parents had successfully blocked this, deeming her mentally incapable of testifying in the past. However, Sam asked the judge to order a psychiatric evaluation on Britney to prove that she was capable of testifying, and even ordered his own psychiatric evaluation of the Femme Fatale press tour from the UCLA assistant professor of psychiatry, Joshua Pretsky. Joshua is quoted saying, "In the Ryan Seacrest interview, Britney Spears is interviewed at length, and she responds logically and coherently to questions, evidencing logical."
This is the thing that I don't understand. It's not like she's not in front of the fucking camera. This doesn't mean anything, by the way. It doesn't matter. Like, you actually, it's kind of wild that a fucking psychiatrist, a professor of psychiatry nonetheless, would openly state a medical a medical opinion like this without actually fucking diagnosing the person, like off of a interview that could be edited. Like, you have no idea. That's wild. So that's number one. So I don't know how this doctor just said this shit. Okay. So that's one. Two, you mean a doctor? It doesn't matter that they're a fucking doctor, dude. You can't. Have you met fucking psychiatrists? Like, you're not allowed to do that. Anyway, regardless, in the interview, he's saying he's evaluating the interview, but here's the thing that I was going to say, though. He's not wrong. And what I mean by that is it's insane to me that it's insane to me that this person has been in front of the cameras, like very clearly demonstrating competency, very clearly like traveling. It's not like she's behind the scenes. She's like hidden. She's on camera. She's doing interviews. And yet, like, her fucking team of lawyers are still considering her to be medically unable to take care of herself. And that makes no sense.
thinking, and mental competency. The edited interviews in the MTV video documentary also evidence coherent and logical thinking, responsiveness to questions, and mental competence. In my opinion, there is good cause to conduct an independent medical examination to investigate the conservator's claim
he's right.
that Ms. Spears is not mentally capable of testifying, and the claim that she was not mentally competent to enter into a binding contract. This wasn't the only lawsuit that cited the femme fatale era for Britney's competency, therefore her ability to testify, as Britney's team often used the probate court to avoid situations where Britney would need to testify. An ongoing case against Britney's conservatorship and management for a fragrance deal with Brandsense and Elizabeth Arden had also used this reasoning. Brandsense said that they had set Britney up with Elizabeth Arden, the company distributing her perfume, and were contracted to get a 35% cut of the profits. In that suit, Brandsense alleged that Lou Taylor and Jamie Spears intentionally went behind their back and entered into a secret deal with Elizabeth Arden, essentially cutting them out of the deal. Forbes reported that because Britney had been declared mentally incompetent, which justified the conservatorship, her father and their attorney were able to keep Britney from being questioned under oath in a deposition for the lawsuit. However, Brandsense fought against this claim, stating in this court document Brandsense intends to seek immediate relief from the probate court's order. The notion that Britney Spears is mentally or emotionally unfit to testify under oath is a sham. Ms. Spears currently has the mental, emotional, and physical capacity to endure the strain of a months-long international concert tour, make numerous public appearances, engage in interviews with the media.
I mean, they're saying the same shit because it makes no sense.
In numerous promotional campaigns for her various business enterprises and maintain custody of her children. Deeming Britney competent threatened the mere existence of the conservatorship and would essentially put Britney back in control to hire whomever she wanted. So instead of fighting this in court, Britney's conservatorship agreed to settle and allegedly paid Brandsense what they were asking for. This was already shaping up to be an extremely impactful era for Britney. When asked about the goal of femme fatale, Larry Rudolph explained, "I want them to know, when the fans watch this, I want them to know that Britney is back and better than ever. Not that she's ever gone anywhere, but she's back and she's better than ever." Britney seemed to be nothing more than a product to her team, like they were marketing a new iPhone. With every era for the past 3 albums, it was always declared that Britney was back, even though she had never taken more than 3 years in between each album. On March 25th, Britney released her highly anticipated 7th album, and it was very different for the time. It incorporated elements of dubstep, pop, and it had the electro sound that will.i.am brought to tracks like Big Fat Bass, but also the pop sound that Dr. Luke and Max Martin specialized in. Now, most of the aforementioned people were thanked in the booklet that came with the album. She started off thanking God and then got into warm thank yous to the team around her. But towards the end of her thank you letter, things went cold, as Britney separated the thank yous, saying professional thank yous go out to Ken Hertz, Seth Lichtenstein, and Tom Hansen for making sure everything is legal, and to Lou Taylor,
there we go,
Lou Taylor, Robin Greenhill, and TriStar for counting my pennies. At this point, Lou Taylor had weaseled her way into every member of the Spears family's lives. A woman who Britney originally labeled a stalker was now Britney's business manager. Subsequently, the last of Britney's charity, the Britney Spears Foundation's funds were allegedly donated to 2 different charities, one of them being Mercy Ministries, an organization supported by Lou's husband's church, as reported by Roger Friedman of Showbiz 411. If you go to the website of Calvary Chapel, the church that Lou Taylor's husband is a pastor over, and go to their missions ministries, Mercy Multiplied, formerly Mercy Ministries, is the first organization on the list. Their website states Mercy Multiplied serves young women who face a combination of life-controlling issues such as eating disorders, drug and alcohol addiction, depression, and unplanned pregnancy. Mercy also serves young women who have been physically and abused, including victims of trafficking. However, a simple Google search will reveal everything you need to know about Mercy Ministries, as several women came forward in 2008 and shared their horrific stories with the Sydney Morning Herald. Nancy Alcorn, the founder and president of Mercy Ministries, is quoted saying, "We deal with areas of demonic oppression. If there's demonic activity, like if somebody's opened themselves up to the spirit of lust through or lots of promiscuous activity or something like that, then we've opened the door for demonic powers, and secular psychiatrists want to medicate things like that. But Jesus did not say to medicate a demon. He said to cast them out." And that's...
Are you fucking joking, dude? Wait.
Normal Christianity.
Hold on. What the fuck? What is happening to my fucking computer? I'm trying to fucking type on the other. I'm literally trying to type on the other.
Instead of
on the other page, and it's like literally clicking back into the main page for some fucking weird reason. This has been happening, like, it's happened a couple times in the past, like, week. Fucking Windows, fix your shit, dude. Wait, I need to see what this guy was talking about, the news articles he's talking about. I'm getting fucking annoyed. Bro, I will never cover furry related news, okay? You need to just take a fucking day off. Stop spamming cover furry related news. I think it's from your Google Captions thing. When the caption window expires, it refocuses your cursor on the window. Yeah. These young women enrolled in an influential Christian counseling center for help. That's not what they found. Mercy Ministries, a network of inpatient facilities that treat young women with mental illness. Yo, this is sus as fuck. So this woman's husband is a pastor. This woman's husband is a pastor at this, like, very weird ministry that it preaches, like, religion over over medical treatments and psychiatry. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. How deep does this goddamn rabbit hole go? What is it called now? Mercy Ministries turned into what? Mercy Homes? Mercy's senior living community aims to innovate dementia care. Mercy Multiplied. This is really common in the mental health industry. Any private business can get away with abuse, especially if they're religious. Dude, what the fuck? Just change your name and then move on, you know? Yeah, they do residential counseling and outreach services. They're a nonprofit Christian organization. What? Women of Influence, Nancy Alcorn of Mercy Multiplied. It sounds like the same as the Paris Hilton abuse school thing, except not explicitly synonymous. Dude, okay, I'm just running the fucking ad. You guys are so annoying. Here, like, here's the ad, okay? God damn. Please stop fucking crying about, like, me preemptively running an ad, okay?
Blast through. Or
Here, I ran it. I ran it. Just stop fucking crying.
US activity or something like that. Then we've opened the door for demonic powers, and secular psychiatrists want to medicate things like that. But Jesus did not say to medicate a demon. He said to cast them out. And that's supposed to be a part of normal Christianity. Instead of funding children's passion for the performing arts, the money was now going towards Mercy Multiplied. In a March video posted to her website, Britney teased that the Femme Fatale tour was going to be her best tour yet. And with Rihanna's remix of S&M featuring Britney going #1, Britney tirelessly rehearsing with Nicki Minaj as her opening act, she was ready to hit the road.
I don't know, we can't wait for the tour. So come on, what can we expect?
There's a lot of surprises in the show. I think the show is just more me than any show I've ever done. It's a lot of fun.
Have you actually missed being on the road?
Yes, I have actually. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life, definitely. It can be kind of grueling sometimes, but for the most part, it's a lot of fun. You know, you're somewhere different every day and you never know what to expect, and it's a lot of fun.
Like a gypsy, you just...
Yeah.
I actually got to sit in the rehearsals, see the whole of the tour being rehearsed in this massive soundstage.
Britney would grace the stage performing nearly 22 songs in 5 different sections themed around powerful women throughout the ages. And to say the stage was elaborate is an understatement. The show was extremely high-production.
Okay, dude, like, goddamn, like, the fandom just, like, jumps out aggressively. Get back to the weird shit.
This tour, which was good.
Okay. Fires down.
This is all she ever had in her life. Thus, she was the tour came to a close. Britney's boyfriend, Jason Trawick, proposed. And thus, she was now an engaged mother, working harder than she ever had in her life. The Femme Fatale era was a great success, and still has a lasting impact to this day, as TikTok picked the song back up in early 2020 and pushed it to be one of her most liked music videos on YouTube of all time. As 2011 came to a close, reflecting back, Britney worked the entire year and powered through some really tough times, and 2012 would hold major events for Britney.
As 2012 began, rumors were swirling about who would judge the next season of Simon Cowell's hit show, The X Factor. After leaving American Idol the previous year, Simon brought his wildly popular UK singing competition show to the US, and it was a major success. And with Paula Abdul and Nicole Scherzinger absent from the panel, Simon was on the search for the next major judge that would serve this next season. However, this wasn't an easy task, as being an X Factor judge wasn't just laughing at bad contestants and passing people through the rounds. X Factor judges were mentors to their groups and had to coach them vocally through each round. It didn't just take an eye for talent. You needed to care about your contestants. Not to mention, in the early 2010s, singing competition shows were all the rage, and The Voice, American Idol, and The X Factor. Later, they were her #1 priority. At this point,
Jason Trawick, who is the fiance of Britney Spears, his application to become Britney's co-conservator.
But not in managing her assets. That is overseen between her father and another.
Bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, literally everyone that is around this person's life tries to, like, control her life.
Attorney. This new decision now means that the pop star's father and fiance will have legal control over her general well-being.
Gerald S. Cohen, a probate attorney of Jamie Spears, was quoted saying, "This is a very unusual situation because generally you don't see conservatees get married." Keep in mind, this is before the X Factor deal that Jason was heavily involved in was official, as nothing had been announced yet. Towards April's end, Jason was granted the role of co-conservator to manage Britney's personal affairs. Jason Trawick would be around Britney 24/7, having full control over her day-to-day life. Daily Mail even reported that Jason and Jamie would work together to restrict Britney's internet access, and that she would have to use Jason's phone if she needed to make a phone call or send a text message so he could monitor her calls. This is again something very unusual with a probate conservatorship, as the rights to receive visitors, telephone calls, and personal mail are classified as a personal right under California law. But in rare instances, these personal rights can be limited by a court order. Robinson and Henry PC wrote in an article about conservator abuse, "Be wary if there are sudden limitations on contact or personal access to your loved ones. A crooked conservator won't want family members to know what they are up to, and they often arrange for the conservatee's isolation to prevent interference. Watch the people involved with the conservatee's case. New attorneys, caregivers, accountants, or helpers are often colluding with the abusing conservator." A man who was accused of putting Britney in harm's way was now working with her father, helping to call the shots. A few weeks after Jason took control and months of speculation about whether Britney would be joining the X Factor panel, it was officially announced that Britney Spears would be joining the show for its second season, and that same month, the auditions process in front of the judges began. This portion of the season was pre-recorded and filmed through July, scouting all the talent that 5 major cities had to offer. And after filming, Judge Goetz wanted to see, citing that Britney wasn't mentally competent to testify as a witness. However, Sam Lutfi told media outlets that if Britney Spears can pull in $15 million to judge X Factor, she sure as hell is competent enough to testify in court, and allegedly even included a DVD of Britney on the X Factor to show that she was in fact competent. However, Judge Goetz later ruled that putting Britney on the stand would cause her irreparable harm and immediate danger. And Jason
Why? Yo, what the fuck is up with this judge? Why?
would testify instead. The same team and judge that both signed off saying Britney was mentally competent enough to be on national live television judging different contestants in front of millions had just denied that she was competent enough to testify on her own behalf, and still ran with the notion that Britney was unfit to have control over her own life. Something as simple as hopping in her Mercedes to get iced coffee had never been something she could easily do, as the media had taken her freedom in the past years, but now Britney was fighting an entirely new beast: her supposed fiance, the court of law, and her own family. This wasn't just something difficult for her to do, it was something she was not allowed to do. Britney was fighting an uphill battle, and it would only get worse. As the X Factor was gearing up to premiere, Britney and Simon Cowell embarked on a press tour to promote the show.
I didn't know much about her, and I was fascinated when I watched the show back because there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes where I think you really get to know Britney as a person. And she's fun, has a great sense of humor, and she's got a lot to say about the contestants. But the best thing for me is that she actually cares about the talent. And I think is going to be a great mentor.
Well, thank you, Simon.
But it's true, and I think it's
very nice.
You're a great inspiration for them.
Well, thank you. They were inspiring themselves.
And as the X Factor premiered, Britney was the star of the show. She developed a friendship with fellow judge Demi Lovato and was critical but fair. Multiple contestants auditioning had storylines revolving around Britney.
As soon as I heard that Britney was going to be...
So the thing that like annoys me about these parts of the video, like, is this shit. Like, this stuff is not necessary. I want to get to the meat and the bones of the fucking issue, right? And this is like all potato, okay? I want the meat. I don't want the fucking potato. That's why I keep skipping chat, okay? It's like not relevant to me or anyone that wants to learn more about like what's going on in a fucking 1 hour and 30-minute video. I mean, this is for fans, like, and it's great. But like there's storylines that like revolve around Britney Spears and how great she's doing and whatever. It's like,
I had an incredible time doing the show and to the studio. Can't wait.
That big breakup for...
To now executive producer of the X Factor, Jason Trawick, was called off.
That big breakup for the singer Britney Spears, the superstar, and her fiance Jason Trawick calling off their engagement just a little over a year after he popped the question.
Jason and Britney have been having their issues for several months, but they put on a good front.
Trawick is no longer Spears' co-conservator. He once controlled everything from her finances to her food to her clothing.
He immediately resigned as co-conservator, with sources saying that he was only added to the conservatorship during her time on X Factor so he could keep tabs on Britney while she was on set. Britney Spears had made a major impact on pop culture, music, and the way the media treats people today. But as she headed into the biggest project of her career, things took a much more public turn. Britney had spoken her truth in private to her team multiple times, and in return, she was stripped of her basic human rights. And her truth was about to explode into a full-blown movement. And no one was prepared for the bombshells that were about to be dropped.
All of you who are concerned about me, all is well. My family has been going through a lot of stress and anxiety lately, so I just needed time to deal. But don't worry, I'll be back very soon.
And people were saying that, like, if you're, you know, the Free Britney movement and social media here actually fucking came in the clutch. And they were tracking her movement and even went on to like write in the comments, like, if you see this comment and if you're in a you know, if you're being held against your will or anything like that, wear a yellow shirt in your next video. And then she literally wore a yellow shirt in the next video. Like, this is where I come in. This is where I started. It was a lie, Sag? What do you mean? What the fuck is this? Is it like the Free Britney shit? What the fuck? Hashtag all eyes on Britney.
Up a 2-year residency at the Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas.
By the way, this was literally facilitated by that lady, the power broker, who is married, Lou Taylor, who's like a Hollywood power broker, who's married to the guy who is a pastor at Mercy Hill or whatever the fuck, Mercy Multiplied now, who has a very questionable beliefs. They're like, they believe in, using the power of the Bible to solve problems. It's really fucking weird shit. Like, it gets way, way weirder. It gets way, way, way weirder after this.
She's been the princess of pop for nearly 20 years.
Britney is no stranger to making headlines, but now her father, Jamie, is sounding off about that hashtag Free Britney.
Okay. This is the Free Britney shit, right? This is like...
She'll be taking up a
I'm going to skip through this as well. I just want to go to like the meat and the potatoes here, okay? I don't care about the Free Britney movement. They like identify that there's a problem. There's got to be more court cases here, though, right? Like, there's more court materials.
Responded to this saying Maya Marie didn't do any background vocals on the song and doesn't have credit. Only backing vocals on Perfume are from Sia. Meghan Trainor, a client of Lou Taylor's, even alluded to this in a recent interview, saying,
when like Britney Spears records her vocal most of the time.
But why? Why would Britney's team need another person to sing for Britney? As we've learned in the past, Britney is extremely efficient during her recording sessions and is a hard worker.
What's it like to work with her in the studio?
I mean, it's so easy and fun, and it's one of the easiest, probably the easiest sessions I've had in my career.
Skipping the whole course. Yeah, I think I'm done with this. Sorry, boys. You're being kind of annoying. I just like, I don't know. Maybe I'll return to part 4 tomorrow. But I'm getting fucking annoyed with the chat. It's too long. We need a break. And chat's just being like, I think you're like babies. Like, you got bored. And when you get fucking bored, you start acting out like little babies, which is what you're doing currently. So, which is understandable because, you know, we've been at this for like 5 hours. Chat went from why are we watching this to why are you skipping this real quick? Yeah, no, I know. It's really good, but Minecraft speedrunner Feinberg gets his alternate account Feinberg Sucks banned because it makes fun of another streamer himself and is yet to hear back from Twitch. What the fuck? Amaranth meets stiff competition for a local auto mechanic.
All right, baby. Come on, baby. We can get you in there. Let's find the hole. Where's the hole? Give me the hole. There's the hole. Now, if we can get you up the hole. Ooh, there's the hole. Ooh, I might fart too, because I'm feeling a little gassy. Ooh, I think we got it in the hole. Shit, now I gotta touch.
It's hot. I'm sick and tired of these fucking thoughts on my goddamn platform, dude. Why are they on my fucking platform showing off their butt meat? You know what I'm saying? It's unacceptable. Why won't Twitch do anything about this? I literally experienced mental fatigue from the Britney stuff.
Come on. Get deeper. Deeper. You're stuck on me.
This guy has viewers only because he's hot. Yeah, he literally only has viewers because he's hot and because he's showing off his booty.
Deeper, I said.
And he's not even playing video games. I bet he doesn't even like video games, dude. Like, I bet he does not like video games. Fucking ruining my website for gamers. Asmus advice to Fedmeister.
Here's my advice to Fed, if Fed ever watches this. Just come back and don't be a fucking creep and make good content. And that's the best apology video that you can make. Like, we don't need to find out about how you fucking went and talked to the Dalai Lama. This is not... This is new age, disconnected from reality, celebrity mumbo jumbo that the average audience, viewer, listener, not only does not resonate with, but actively resents. Like,
Twitch blocks Slovakia due to streamer violating law and promoting gambling. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? Breaking. Twitch has just blocked the whole country of Slovakia because one streamer illegally played poker. Not kidding. Can you please settle this and block that one user who did this? That's hilarious, dude. Hachubby shows off a gun at the gun range.
This time 5 rounds for her?
Yes,
Oh.
I'm affected by it. Even
Put
the wind,
finger here.
it's the little movement, it'll spread your shot a lot. Okay. This is not you.
Yeah.
I mean,
perfect. That's
wind.
where it should be. That's
I mean, I was wondering where all my fucking Slovakian homies were at in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
where it should be. Perfect. 10 out of 10.
Kind of what happens.
No.
Oh, sorry. I just...
I know it's late. Listen, guys.
Don't ever point to
always
someone.
Keep it down.
Okay.
Thankfully.
This time 5 rounds?
Oh my fucking god, dude. How does she not know you're not supposed to do that? Destiny is removed and cringe at the Ginny TTY clip.
That's where it should be. That's where it should be. Perfect. 10 out of 10.
Oh! Okay. The fault, it's not even her fault.
Oh my god.
It's not even her fault. It's not even her fault. It's not her fault.
He's not
it's
wrong.
It's not her fault.
He's literally
if you're
not
putting
wrong.
a gun into the hands of somebody like this because
he's literally not wrong. It is 100% his fault.
It's cute and you're having a good old meme time, then I'm sorry. You should be, if this is a range master.
He's absolutely correct. Suspected pedophile with a wonder has been banned. Nice. Soda and Russ have the same taste in women.
Don't play a game, Chance?
Oh, is this that game?
It's Twitch related.
Oh no, okay.
Name 3 Twitch streamers you'd bang.
Alinity, ST Peach, Pokemon. That's a good one.
Wow, that was not even... Didn't even hesitate.
My man has thought about this.
That was a good one.
Respect.
Okay. Name 3 Twitch streamers you would date.
Alinity, ST Peach, Pokemon.
Wow, didn't even hesitate.
Name 3 streamers you think that are good in bed.
Alinity, ST Peach, Pokemon.
Stop.
Sorry.
I mean, I agree.
Thank you, Chance.
This is how you get banned. This is literally how you get banned.
Is this my last stream?
By the way, guys, my name is Mitch Jones. If anyone wants to play a game, Chance?
Ming selfie of eggs blowing up the lower vault.
Go ahead, man. Do what you gotta do.
Ready?
Yeah. Just don't fucking blow me up.
Am I in the shot?
Boom. Yeah, blow that shit up. Oh, shit. Yeah, you...
Oh, that's great. Actual live stream fail, dude. It's a rare one. T-Pain reacts to Moist critical raid.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Now we did it. Here we go.
No fucking way!
What's wrong with you people?
It's Charlie.
This is no way to treat a small streamer. You can't put this responsibility on me.
It's Charlie.
I know the fuck it is. Charlie's. Oh my God.
I was trying to warn you. You didn't hear me?
I did. You are a mile away from your microphone right now.
Is it even on? I don't even know if it's on.
It's on. It's all the way on.
Hello.
Oh my God. Take it back. Charlie. Hey, everybody go back to Charlie's stream.
Stream again, Charlie. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then y'all go back.
Most wholesome streamer. Slicker's mom takes him out.
She's on her phone while holding the phone.
26 months scores you earn. It's like
Lovick explains why a brand declined to work with him.
Sure. And then they trailed off. You want to know the two things that stopped me from working with this company? Here's number one. My lost bet to Toast. And here's number two. Apparently, because I had a picture with Amaranth.
No shot. What?
I was not brand safe enough to work with this company.
I fucking doubt it. No shot. That's an insane fucking... That's insane. Oh, God. Sometimes I think brands are very out of touch with what they consider a risk to be brand on the internet. That means you're fucked. Boys, it does not matter if you have the fucking views. Most brands will work with you. It literally does not matter. With exceptions like mega brands, obviously. But even then, if you're a mega brand, even then, like it would have to be like fucking Disney or some shit. I literally am telling you, as someone who is not a fucking... I'm telling you this as someone who refuses to work with brands all the fucking time. Okay? Imagine if America's favorite leftist himbo, Fox News' very own 9/11 lover Andy, gets routinely hit up by brands to work and does not work with those brands. I am telling you, all they give a shit about is view counts. Obviously, there's exceptions. Maybe it was like Disney or some shit. In which case, yeah, maybe. But the Amaranth thing is still weird, though. Why the fuck would they know who Amaranth is? I know that chat's like, oh, I can't believe that. Nick shares how they get a free... Wait, I skipped. LMPL is ball as a speaker and plays Gillette. Thanks, Twitch.
So this is a speaker water bottle sent to us by Twitch.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Okay, dude.
What the?
My man's trying to get in trouble, dude.
Twitch, why is this the default song? Thanks, Twitch.
Dude, he's so funny. Chance getting messages from other VTubers wanting to collab with him.
But I guess that's normal nowadays. And so I didn't think too much of it, but then it's like, I wouldn't respond.
Dude, I actually miss hanging out with the Austin streamers. Like, no joke. I had so much fucking fun. Luckily, I'm going to see a lot of them this weekend. Actually, I think all of them. But yeah, like they're awesome, dude. They were actually fucking awesome. And yeah, when I see like clips from Soda's house or backyard, I'm like, oh man, That was so much fucking fun. LA isn't your crowd. Move to Austin. I am literally the most LA person you will ever see in your entire life. I love living here. I love being here.
I would move on. I'd check again later the day. They'd be like, they would just link nudes of themselves. They're VTuber, I should say. Like, hey, want to collab sometime? 5 hours later, link a picture of their VTuber nude. Like, that's gonna make me respond. Like, that's, oh shit, damn, you hot naked. Yo, I do want to collab.
What the fuck? That's pretty sick.
Like, I just find that I was like 3 people that did that, and there was probably like 30 that were like, welcome to the, but I guess that's.
Wait, but like, do they send their actual bodies as well, or is it just the VTube stuff? What is this?
Suddenly the laughing stock of the music industry.
It's not really fat at all, but compared to the other girls, she looks big. She looks like the fat Elvis walking around the stage.
Is that? Dude, it's so embarrassing. Who I think it is?
Suddenly the laughing.
That's so embarrassing, especially because my mom was walking right behind me too. Let's see what the comments are on this one. It's a good clip. Yeah, Hasan, it is indeed your uncle. Context: the person talking is Cenk, the creator of the answer. Hasan's uncle was apologize for making this comment. Context: anyone? This is funny. Come on, we all did a bit of fat shaming back in the good old days. I don't do it anymore because I'm obese myself now. Oh, removed. I wonder what the fuck they were saying. Probably some weird ass shit. Nick shares how to get a free Herman Miller chair. Ooh, let's see what kind of advice we got here.
I'm sitting in a Herman Miller gaming chair. This is a $1,500 gaming chair. I paid $0 for this chair. In fact, Greek got it sent to him for free from TSM. Greek said, and I quote, "Nick, do you want this chair? I'm not going to use it because it's not the right material for when I masturbate in my chair. I don't want it to stain the chair." That's what he said, and he gave it to me. No problems with that. I will take the free chair, and I've been sitting in it ever since. So, God bless. That's right.
What the fuck? That's sick, dude. That's nice as fuck. Kimmy on Fed's return. Ooh.
How do you feel about Fed returning to streaming today? Okay. Alrighty. So in the past year and a half, I've been in therapy, right? And that was just one small thing I covered in therapy and genuinely like worked through and moved on from. So I feel like I'm just really excited to see him back, and I really hope he's okay and he's doing better. That's all I hope for. So I'm really excited that he's back, and I hope he's good. So.
Damn, it's nice as hell. Because she unloaded the dishwasher last? Because she's a woman.
You can wait for Melania to come back if you want. She'll be here soon.
I would.
She knows where everything is. Wanna know why?
I would much appreciate
Why
that.
doesn't Melania know where everything is,
What is
Russ?
this? What is the 39 Dav? What are you? You're mountain climbing? Like, what does that even mean? I don't understand. Why do you keep putting that emote in my chat, dude?
She's a.
Oh. Oh no. Okay, dude. Okay. Oh, you're so stupid. I mean, I'm stupid. I didn't get it at first. Yeah. Wow. You should have put fucking Haas buff and then, you know, a dog. She's making fun of the Fed video where he's like, I was a bad person. I did a lot of fucked up things. And then I climbed a mountain.
Because she unloaded the dishwasher last.
Oh.
Because she's a woman. No,
Damn, hella people didn't get the joke as well, by the way, Daft. That was...
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I can't wait for...
Canada gets a 1600 world star world record, which is 16 star 100 times in a row with the time. Okay, that's crazy. I don't know what that is. Soda reacts to being exposed.
Soda
2013
exposed.
at MegaCon Orlando at the washing machine enthusiast booth. Soda Poppin' was groping on my nutsack, fondling it a little bit aggressively. It felt good at first, then it got a little weird when he started tugging on my nutsack hairs. And, you know, ever since then, I haven't been the same. Soda Poppin's a predator.
What?
You know, it's not just a baseless nonsense.
Wait, is this is a 1.2 million views? It's all true. I did that. I can't believe he's gonna tell the world. I thought I swore him to silence.
What the fuck, dude? Why did he say that in the video? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Why did he say that? Soda Poppin' shaved all my ball hairs off. Finally, someone comes out and speaks their truth. I expect Soda to spend a year going to the gym and getting a dog so we can forgive him for his actions. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Milena and Nick run from a branch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh!
Oh my God, is that a water bottle? There's even, oh my God, there's so many back there, Milena, in that thing.
Where?
Ah! Why are we running? Why are we running? Why are we running? Why are we running?
Nick, you were looking right at her. Why are you running?
Why are we running? Why are we running? Why are we running? A branch? Are you kidding me?
Oh, he was saying that, like, that was an unverified claim. Like, people make, like, you know, claims about random people. The best argument ever.
Why are you smashing it?
Because it doesn't cook. Okay, look, thick chicken, heat.
But cut it. Flip side.
You can cut it, but then I'd have to touch it. I don't like the way it feels.
So you hurt it because you don't want to touch it.
How can I hurt it? It's dead.
But, I mean, you're hurting the quality of the chicken.
No, chicken gets beat all the time. What do you think they make this for? What do you think this is for?
This is tenderizing.
Yes, tenderizing. This is normal. You're supposed to beat it. It tastes better. Oh.
Guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys are just pretending like you don't.
Bro, that
Why
hoodie
are you
looks
smashing it?
sick, by the way. That's like... That is a sick-ass hoodie, bro. Will Neff joins G4 TV as their new host. I'm very excited and I'm very proud of him. My man's going places, by the way. This is a big dub. Dubs in the chat for Willard Neff. Let's see what the comments say. That's actually a perfect gig for Will. I can see him fitting in really well over there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about G4 except that Olivia Munn used to be a host on it, right? And I really hope that she shows up to the G4 event on Sunday. Olivia Munn, I love you. Trying to get away with the chat? Dude, I can't get away with it, okay? You guys already know I'm done. Hachu's first pistol shot.
Your back is good. A slow pull.
Oh, God.
Hachu, look where you... What happened?
Oh my God!
Look what you did.
You did it. You shot hard. Is it good?
Your back is good.
Hasan shot a shot with Cara Delevigne and missed. I'm just bitter because we matched on Raya and she never replied to me. Okay. That's why I was talking shit. There, I fucking said it. I went back and I looked to see what I said. April 19th, 2020. Are you ready for this? I mean, this is... People who keep saying she's lesbian, first of all, she's pan. Secondly, it doesn't matter. She said she swiped left on me, so we matched. It's not like I randomly DM'd her. Hope your quarantine is eventful. That's why it's worse, by the way. Like, if we hadn't matched and I just DM'd her, it's whatever, you know what I mean? Out of nowhere. But that implies that we matched, which implies that she was interested, and then I fucking swipe left, swipe right, whatever. It fucking doesn't matter. Heart, okay? Shut up. You know what I mean? That means that, like, she was interested and I threw with my opening. And then I wrote, you are quarantine. And then I corrected myself and I said, you're asterisk, damn it.
Oh,
So bad. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It's terrible. Terrible idea. Let's see what the comments are in this. I'm sure they're normal and good. Good clip though. He's just like copium. Why you gotta do me like that, man? No, he's attractive. That's the joke. You fucking brainlet. And rich and confident. Fucking finally he didn't get away with it. LSF Redditor. Levels of frilling from Hasan. This sounds like someone who's just not used to having to try hard and ending up throwing the game away. Okay, so the thing is, like, I said, don't you feel like punching the wall when stuff like that happens? No, not at all. Okay. Saying something like that is fine. You don't have to try super fucking hard to start a conversation with someone when you match with them on a dating app. Okay? You don't have to do that. It's so stupid. Like, treat people like they're human beings, like normal human beings. Okay? This man who talks about car pussy matched with Cara Delevigne last year and fucked it up. This is the same man who matched with Doja Cat and instead went on the Scuff podcast. Hasan's opening line to Doja Cat when he matched with her was if she saw the movie Parasite, lol. Fair question. Heard it was a good movie. It is. It is a good movie. No, Cara's not the only celebrity I've matched with, but don't worry about that. Anyway. So what I'm saying is, like, it either works or it doesn't. Like, there is no, like, magic bullet. There is no, like, magic opener that's going to change your outcome or change your chances. You can come across a little bit more interesting, but sometimes you might actually fall flat because you come across like you're trying too hard. I would rather be myself. Even though that was, like, really whack. Oh, I hope you're having an eventful quarantine. It's so whack. Should not have said that. But it just, you know, just be normal. You don't have to, like, try something. You don't have to try something crazy. Exclusive use based in red pill openers from Reddit seduction artists. Yeah. Not the worst, but it wasn't enough to. It wasn't enough to get me across the finish line. Okay, it is what it is. Your way works for you because you're physically attractive, dude. If I'm talking to Cara Delevigne, it doesn't matter. Like, or other people in that caliber, like. The people that I'm competing against are fucking way hotter than me and way richer than me. So you're crazy. So, he's a real one, lore master. I thought Doja Cat was dating Tyler One. Man, about 70 pounds of ass difference between them two. No shade either way. For real? Wait, is this honestly true? Who the fuck is Doja Cat? Omega Law. Holy shit, how the fuck does no one know who Doja Cat is? Like, how do you, who Omega Law Doja Cat? She's like one of the most famous fucking artists out there right now. Anyway, her new album releases tonight, LMAO. Oh, good for her. Congratulations to Doja Cat. I don't follow porn stars, so I don't know. She's not a porn star. She's a musician. She did the moo, bitch, I'm a cow thing. Oh, wow. Rich people flexing their house on TikTok compilation? Yes, we will look at that in a second. What app is this, bro? It is a Doja Cat's that homophobe racist, right? Wasn't she in major shit or something with LGBT plus people? No, she's not homophobe racist. No, I don't think she is. Clipped it, sent it Doja. She said you're hot. Oh, that's really interesting. She said that. You should DM her to congratulate her on the album. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Anyway. Oh, she did. She actually did get caught saying some homophobic racist shit with her friends on some weird app. Yeah, there's like a weird app that she was on, like a chat room thing. And she was around like actual white supremacists, and she was saying some fucked up shit. I think she's apologized for it. I don't know. I mean, she used to be definitely edgy back in the day. It wasn't real. Oh no, that was real. Who said that wasn't real? The chat rooms? I thought it was a 4chan op. I mean, what is it called? What is it? What was it? Was it 4C? Or no? Oh no, 4C is what she was talking about with the hair stuff. No, the chat rooms stuff was definitely real. Stop spreading false info. It literally doesn't matter. Tiny chat. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, she spoke in length and apologized about something that was fake. Yeah, it's pretty funny that people are just fucking saying that. There's like literal videos of it. But she didn't apologize for it. She said it was fake. I covered all this stuff already. Anyway, it's fine. Let's move on. Let's move on from the Doja Cat thing, please. Anyway, the man who reviewed a robotic vacuum sex toy stream matched with Cara Delevigne last year and fucked it up. smells extremely Hollywood LA to me. Raya is a private membership-based social network application for iOS that first launched in 2015. Referral-only entertainment industry dating networking app where the fucking council votes in if you're allowed in. Less than 1 in 10 chance to get in. And that's even if you get your foot in the door. He was in and he still scuffed it. Basically a celebrity dating app. Let me tell you, it's an awful desolate place. This is Tucker. Jericho. Right? Right? Literally heard him talk about Raya this way. Plenty of C-list celebs and tech startup people, plenty of hot people. But Lord, they tend to be just like you expect. I'm still trying to find my wife on it, so. Dog, that's Tucker, aka the Boner Patrol Rib Buster, 8.5-inch leg length bone press. Yeah, I literally had this conversation with, Jericho on, about Raya on the Scuff podcast when we were both on. And he said exactly those same words. It's good. It's good and bad. He talked about it yesterday. He said people aren't missing out. There's mostly 1,000 Instagram follower girls who act like they're A-list celebrities for some reason. Who's your in for Raya? I mean, I've been on Raya nearly since its inception. It's been a long ass time. My ex-girlfriend at the time, in an effort to show me how platonic we were before we started dating, literally got me. No, not Janice. No, way back in the day. Got me on the platform. Something she probably regrets. That was before we started dating. My ex, for the time I got on Raya, before we dated, got me on Raya. It is a celebrity dating app, yes. Connor on how to deal with mischief.
Mango took a while to learn how to deal with mischief. Yeah, he learned what everybody learns eventually, which is sometimes you just ignore him. It's all you have to do. Just sometimes you just don't have to acknowledge that he said anything. And then it's fine.
What is
you
this?
just have to pretend it didn't happen. Not even just online. Even in person, too. Sometimes you just have to pretend you didn't hear what Matt just said. Mango took
Sonic and Minecraft. Modded Minecraft. It's a game called Minecraft. Came out in 2009. It's a sandbox voxel game. 30 days until you're 30. Does it feel different? No, it does not. It does not. Even though I am, you know, I get tired more easily. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm old. I'm just getting old, boys. That's what it is. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. But, OTV Minecraft, Copium. Bro, even Daft left now. What am I going to do? Doodoo Daft left Minecraft for good, right? I should say she's done with it. Can you tell at Lil Krish you don't want daily Aiden Ross updates from him, so I don't feel even slightly bad for timing out his dumbass when he spams that shit like a loser? What right to bear arms law said, Lil Krish? Everyone's getting ready for Rust in a week. Yeah, me too. Abe has not gotten back to me, but I think I might have a skin in Rust. So I will be getting back into it as well. So yeah. Big Pog, holy smokes. Yeah, Hank Pegger, bro. Hank Pegger might be coming back, boys. Hank fucking Pecker. One of the last to get one, PepeLa. I mean, I still might not. Like, I might actually not get one. It was only because, like, Abe was nice enough to suggest it to me. So, like, I low-key... You're the only person who streamed Rust with over 2K viewers who didn't get a skin last time? Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. I honestly don't know if it was because, like, the guys who made Rust don't like my politics or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. But I did not get a Rust skin at all. And I was, like, consistently streaming it nonstop at the time. Some people got 3 separate skins. Yeah. Miskiff got a skin. And he didn't even play. Calling it now, the skin crowd's gonna get you so mad. No, I can't wait. I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to get a skin just so I can see the Rust skin crowd. And like how annoying they get. You were a top 10 Rust streamer for like 3 weeks. Top 10? Top 5. Chill. Please, bro. 2 more hours. I'm 99%. Anyway. Dude, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I'm just tired. Look. Here, RTBA. RTBA, watch this. Watch. Here's what you do, okay? Here, take a day off. There you go. It's top of the hour, but I'm not gonna run an ad break. I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad. I'm tired already. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna end it early because I'm so fucking tired. I don't know what it is. A lot of people are here. A lot of people are coming here. So I'm excited to fucking hang out with them. I'm gonna try to see what I can do for next week. The Britney shit fucked me up. Like, no joke. It like fucked my brain up. Plus I woke up really early. Like, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And woke up really early. I'm gonna try to go to sleep early tonight so I can go work out tomorrow. And yeah. That's all I got for now. Here, who should I raid? Will's not around. Raid T-Pain? Is he live right now? I'll raid him. I'll raid the shit out of him, dude. He's not live. Check DMs after stream. Very important. What happened now? Raid Ed and Ross. Seer? Okay, I'll raid Seer. All right. Have fun, boys. I'll see you tomorrow. Whew. I'm fucking dying, dude. I'm so tired. All right. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.